Kia ora, good evening and welcome along to Rodney Green Arenas in Napier for the Sky Broadband Rapid League matchup between the host Hawke's Bay Hawks and the Nelson Giants as the Sal's NBL resumes after the international window. And these two teams with contrasting fortunes through the first half of the season. Now you can look at the homeward stretch for the Sky Broadband Rapid League and the Sal's NBL. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank on hand for this one. The Nelson Giants, always pace setters in Rapid League. And the Hawke's Bay Hawks, not quite there yet, but as we know, everything counts for the Sal's NBL ladder in points for and against. Hawke's Bay at 6-6, the Giants 8-2 on the Sky Broadband Rapid League season.
Nelson Giants trying to claim their second consecutive Sky Broadband Rapid League title. And both teams sitting up on top of the leaderboard chasing. Still, the Hawks get a win tonight, and they're not too far away, and that'll also do a favor to everybody else in the Rapid League of pulling that squad back in a little bit closer to the pack as we take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. A surprise entry there for the Nelson Giants Moles.
Alex McNaught demoted from the starting five with the introduction of Andrew Jones and Alex Robinson, who joined the team about 6 weeks ago. We've also got Jeremy Combs. He's come in, he's played a game already, a couple of games actually, a few games now, and it's a strong starting five for Mike Fitchett in the Sal's NBL. Kane Hokianga, he's got the usual suspects on hand for him. Ezra Eagle up front, Kobe Carter, Jacob Murphy, Aaron Keeley, and Ryder Moore are his five.
A little short-handed are the Hawks still. No Clifton Bush III out with injury to the head as we take a look at the numbers thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the stats partner of the Sal's NBL and the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Giants have lost 2 out of the last 5, so not playing their best basketball, but have a higher scoring rate than the Hawks do. Getting up just one more shot per game, but it could be that 4.5 threes made. And if they get up to 5 or 6, it's going to be tough for this Hawk squad to keep pace on their home court.
I'm still waiting for the Rapid League 555 to appear in my box scoring games that we call. Callum Welsh, Sean Martin and Sam McFadzean are your match officials, your barter card referees. 4 junior Tall Blacks announced today are playing in this game. We've got 3 on the Giants, and Hayden Jones, Lachlan Crate, and Will Blighter and Kahu Treacher off the bench for Hawke's Bay. And of course, Jackson Ball rounds out the 5th junior Tall Black involved in this game, but he's starting in the main game as well.
We're excited to see Kahu Treacher coming back from junior college experience, still an amateur, but will be a nice pickup for a Hawk squad, looking for a little bit more depth. And of course, all that depth for them happens to be on the wing, but that's okay, cycle through those bodies.
Yeah, they're also without Daniel Cowart as well. The import big for Hawke's Bay went down with an apparent back injury a few weeks ago now. He's not back yet. Underway, and it will be Ezra Eagle and the Hawke's Bay Hawks who control the opening tip.
Ryder Moore stepping into that starting lineup with Campbell Scott out, hands it off to Kobe Carr. He goes straight to the post on Alex McNaught.
He certainly does. He likes that matchup, and he drops that down.
Nice little soft touch. The shot blocking impotent of Blackie Crate there. Great start for the Hawks, like the pace with which, but Nelson Giants coming out and matching it.
Yeah, I like the Nelson Giants blue here of their City Edition uniforms, and that is a strong baseline dunk.
Go easy on the rim, young Lackey. He has got some ups, fantastic backdoor, good patience. Kind of a broken play, but it actually worked out well for him.
A fan of the color, just not of the numbers for the Nelson Giants.
A note has been made about the gold numbers on the blue jerseys. Not
Eagle.
the easiest to see.
Jacob Murphy had to get it up. Almost put it in. As the shot clock wound down, Sam Dempster and all that experience. And it's them and the Jets, their numbers I can't really see.
Does Sam Dempster have more experience than every other player in the Rapid League combined in Sal's NBL games?
I think you're right. Oh, what a block coming over the top. There's Harry Keeley.
Nice length shown there unfortunate for the foul underneath. I think that's going to be more underneath. Gets that. Keeley had it clean up high.
Yeah, Jones just with that little hesitation and that slight pump fake.
Congratulations to Harry Keeley, recently signed at Indiana University, Pennsylvania. Gets to go off and play a collegiate career.
Jones. That's the first. Hayden Jones is it University of Wisconsin?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Him and Jackson Ball.
Ran into Kirk Penny at the Trans-Tasman Throwdown in Hamilton. Kirikiriroa, as Jones makes both. Very excited to have both those young talented players. And a 5-second call. Ezra Eagle, and the pressure, as you know Nelson will throw at you on an inbounds in Rapid League, coughs up a turnover.
And that pressure lifts with Alex McNaught joining this Rapid League squad. He is a feisty defender, and with his strength, it's going to make it difficult to get those inbounds with ease.
Earning an extra possession. Jones looking at Inwood, finds him, beautiful play, drew 3 defenders with their gaze, and he found Inwood in the key, unopposed for a layup. 6-2's the lead for the Nelson Giants. Cutter, looking for a cutter. Jacob Murphy goes around Dempster, who recovers nicely.
Did a nice job, did Sam Dempster, of cutting off the line where he was going to get to.
That looked like a walk to me. From Hayden Jones. Mid-court, I don't know about you, Casey.
A little strolly?
Yeah, little Phil Jones special.
Well, when the defenders aren't around you, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, maybe the attention has gone up the court. Just this little bit here. Just, yeah.
Maybe.
What do you reckon?
Maybe an extra step there.
What do you reckon?
A little 3-step over to the head pass.
Doesn't matter. It wasn't called. And we're going to have Lachlan Crate at the line.
Well, the Giants looking much more comfortable offensively. The Hawks, great post-up first time out with Kobe Kara. Since then, they've been under a lot of pressure. And even that Kobe Kara shot was a high degree of difficulty as Dempster gets another possession.
Crashing the glass again with the Giants.
I really like Crate's game. He's got a nose for the basketball, good strength, obviously can play above the rim as we saw a few plays ago.
There's that pressure again.
No easy possessions against the Giants.
Treacher has it blocked.
Crate again.
Hayden Jones, matched up by his junior Tall Blacks teammate, goes to the off foot, and that's pretty.
Oh my.
Nice footwork from Hayden Jones.
That's a difficult shot. Normally a right-handed player gets there and just fades off. He pivots around and then fades. It's a difficult angle to get that beautiful switch down.
I reckon Mum taught him that move, not Dad. Ryder Moore pulling the trigger on that. And that's a deep 3 over Sam Dempster.
And that's exactly what the Hawks need. That 3-point differential needs to be in favor of the Hawks for them to win this game, and they hit their first of the day.
Kat Jones, a very good basketball player in her own right. Mother of Hayden. And a turnover.
Just tried to do a little too much with the basketball there. No real angle, but also not a lot of movement from his teammates. Once that dribble gets picked up, you need to cut.
Treacher looking for an Ezra Eagle seal. Well defended though, and a deep 3. Jacob Murphy rims out. Oh, Rodney Green Arena's rims giving him no love on that one.
Those are some of the hardest rims in the league, no doubt about it.
You have said that.
And to get that kind of roll at all is impressive enough.
Can I say, have they added shot clocks to the top of the stanchion, on the top of the backboard this season?
It's getting close. They're pulling it together.
I love it. Great to see. That 3 from the corner is good.
Hayden Jones doing a nice job with his penetration. That's his second assist off a patient drive. The first one was a little drop off to Inwood, and that time finding Crate on the perimeter.
Jacob Murphy again with the game clock winding down in the arena.
It takes a little bit of time. Those new shot clocks, it takes a little bit of time for the numbers to get through the wire.
12-5 is the lead for the Giants. 7-point lead. Thank you for the the update there on those wires, Casey?
That's
Yeah?
science.
Yeah. Yeah, science.
Well, that is the first quarter in favor of the Giants. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats very quickly. Fantastic shooting. But before we do that, let's talk about the large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza.
Oh my, yeah.
Have you counted those yet? I like the, that's one of my favorite pastimes, counting them. You keep up with that, and I'll tell you, it's only $39.99. Fantastic deal. Use that online code Sal's Charge 25, valid until the Tuesday, the 20th of May, or scan that QR code right now, and you'll be chomping it down in no time.
And 89 to go.
It went quickly. Well, if you need to call it back up, you can use your fiber starter from Sky Broadband for just $50 a month for the first 12 months. Fantastic offer. And you can get that offer at skybroadband.co.nz or call 09525-5555.
One of my favorite aspects of calling commentary with Casey Frank is the segue between the pizza promo into the fiber promo.
It all works. That's the thing. The synchronicity between those two our commercial partners is fantastic.
Great to have Sal's as a legacy sponsor of the league. And Sky Broadband, sponsor of the Rapid League as well. Back to basketball, thankfully for you, the viewer.
Well, how about the shooting of the Nelson Giants in the opening quarter? 4 for 5 from the field. 80% in total, with the Hawks picking up the D to start the second. Maybe that's the answer for them to get back in the game.
Murphy has it rejected. And then on the follow, it's Kahu Treacher.
Good activity, a little bit more speed from the Hawks off the bat. Lovely block by Hayden Jones, but the hustle gets it back up and in.
There's Jones again, touching the paint, getting his own rebound. And they get another possession. I think they'd have more shot attempts, and we've got a travel called up high. It's James Matthews took a few steps, but it's actually Hawke's Bay who pushed the pace here. They've got 9 shot attempts.
Which is surprising as well, because the Giants have forced a couple of those turnovers. But a couple of offensive rebounding opportunities might go that way, but impressive by the Hawks, I think, to be as close as they are, because the execution of the Giants has been fantastic.
Treacher forcing his way through.
That's going to be a foul on Will Blight underneath, who checks in.
And Blight, also a junior tall black. Treacher at the line.
Getting to the Chemist Warehouse stripe going to be key for this Hawks Bay squad to continue to create points. I'm excited to see what Kahu Treacher brings to this Hawks squad. A little bit of time in the Rapid League previously, but has expanded his game and his time in the United States.
Good on the second.
It's Eastern Arizona Junior College. Having been to Thatcher previously, I will tell you there's not a lot to do there except play basketball, so he should be plying his trade very nicely.
Rebound attempt again goes to the Nelson Giants, just falling into the right hands. Giants looking good with that handle. Stepping back over Keeley, and again, it's another one.
Look light on the glass, this size. Tough for the Hawks to defend right now. And miscommunication there between Matthews and Jones. And that, when the drive's coming into the middle and you're out there on the wing, you don't want to space to the top of the key. That's where the penetrator can't find you. Got to space out further to the wing to make that pass a little bit easier. James Matthews will have a chat with that about his teammates when he comes back in.
There's Taylor, number 2 out there. Here's Murphy. Keeley can't get it to drop off the glass as Treacher crashing the glass with the follow.
I like a little highlight just cause. Wouldn't have counted, but why not? Good post attempt down to Keeley in the low post. Takes that bump on the lower body, taking him out of his shot, but now a chance for the Hawks to get right back in this ball game, cut it to 1 with a couple of hits from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Keeley, Napier Boys High School, second year for the Hawks. This is the second. will be Treacher with the ball. Here's a move on Blight.
Yeah, he's got really good size, does Treacher. Sorry about that, Moles, but really good size does Treacher, but the ability to put the ball on the floor as well. You can see why he's able to secure a spot on that JTB squad.
Two shots coming up.
Yeah, so
I'm just checking, I think, if that was going to be some shots or not.
third personal foul on the Giants now. Only 3 fouls to the bonus in the Rapid League because everything happens fast here.
Junior Tall Blacks are off to that FIBA World Cup under-19s. Lausanne, Switzerland. Lausanne, excuse me. And that's the end of June. June 28th, July 6th. They've got Argentina, Mali, and Serbia in Group A. Played a lot against Mali. Casey Frank?
That is not a team that came across my path in my time, but certainly a developing basketball country. A lot of talent coming out of Africa, obviously.
That's a good effort from Mali to get out of Africa.
Most definitely. That's always difficult out of every region, really. There's a achievement in and of itself to make it to a world championship on any level. And a lot of teams that cross the NZNBL and Sky Broadband Rapid League are going to be a little thin on talent during that time as Sam Dempster drops the triple. And another nice find from Jones on the penetration.
Giants with this 5-point lead. Treacher off the bench tonight for this game, and he has 8 now.
He is coming out aggressive offensively. Nice strong drive by McNaught.
Matthews, an offensive foul.
Oh, that's unfortunate for James Matthews. As Will Blight setting that screen, gets called for a little extracurricular activity. You see that little hit there. Probably a little unlucky. Looked like he might have been pulled a bit, but when you're the big man, all eyeballs come to you, and you get blamed for most of the contact more often than not. This on-ball action. Keely's got the mismatch inside with Dempster. Eventually find him. He gets the finish with the, oh, he does not. I spoke too soon, Moles.
Here's Phil Jones. Nice play by the Hawks. Could have tied it up, but they just don't get the friendly roll, do they? And Hayden Jones. Long two. The middy's back, people. I don't know if it ever really went anywhere. Maybe for about 18 months, I think.
I love his 17-footer. Another strong drive by Treacher, making himself a nuisance. But Jones, I love it when he gets to that mid-range. That's a shot I'd like to see him shoot more often, actually.
There's always space in the defense in this era of basketball. That's just off to the right. Some deep threes taken by the Hawks. Testament to the Giants' defense as the shot clock is off.
And this could be the last possession. See who they want it. Matthews and Dempster on ball up high.
Free ball is off, and that'll do us. As the Giants hold on to a skinny lead here, just 2 points at Rodney Green's arenas. Rodney Green arenas, rather. I'm not going to pluralize the green. I am going to pluralize the arenas because there's more than one. And 17-13 is the lead, not 15-13. Casey Frank.
I'm sure there's a lot of greens by now.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of green out there. Hawke's Bay is a very green province.
Let's take a look at the stats. Kaihu Treacher off the bench, getting active, 8 points. Hayden Jones hitting from that mid-range. Lockie Crate attacking the interior for 6 points apiece. As we take a look at the rebounds, overall, a huge advantage to the Giants, 13-3. Sorry, we're going to go for the assist first. Hayden Jones, his penetration and dishing was excellent. Once he got into the teeth of that defense, creating opportunities for his teammates. Not a lot of opportunity for the Hawks to get assists. Then there's that rebound stat I was talking about previously. Fantastic job by the Giants, 13-4, the rebound total. A blocks coming there. Jones and Crate each getting in on that game. Finishing with the steals. 2 for the Hawks, nay for the Giants, but they still have the 2-bucket lead.
Just looking at some Afro basketball results. Mali won the under-18s in Johannesburg at the end of last year, in Pretoria rather, for the 3rd time. Mali.
Well,
they beat Cameroon in the final, who also qualified. I believe Senegal was 3rd place runner-up.
That is
just in case you're wondering about some
murderous row of African basketball. No, that is, it is interesting to see how the teams get there. It is a long journey to get to a World Cup. As we take a look at some of the highlights, that backdoor cut by Lockie Crate. Moore draining the triple. Sam Dempster draining one of his own, the back and forth second quarter. After the Giants looked like they might have some space. Kahu Treacher off the bench. Nothing but nylon. Can't wait to see a little bit more of him. Nice to see his aggressiveness in his first action in Rapid League 25.
Back underway. 3rd quarter. Giants with a 4-point lead. Treacher tied up. Sam Dempster, he's called for the reach, and he looked like he had a lot of ball.
Sam Dempster does not agree.
Sam Dempster never lies.
I feel like that's not true.
How could you say that? Looking at that face. There's the N1. That is Kobe Carter swooping through, and he'll go to the line to close this lead up to 1 by the Giants if it's successful from the Chemist Warehouse line.
The left, Kobe Carter. And the Giants were last in action before the international break. Had a huge 4-point play.
That's a quick 2 team fouls in 10 seconds against the Giants as well. 3 team fouls and you're shooting.
That is.
In Rapid.
Less than 10 seconds in, and Hawks are already in the bonus. They need to keep that pressure up on the run.
Murphy gambles. Down goes Carter, and the Hawks survive.
Hawks getting really active defensively. Defender fell down, but still not some movement to get to places they need to be, as we see another Kobe Carter drive and another foul.
Sam Dempster perhaps, again. And that is 3 team fouls in 32 seconds. This is good from, well, maybe the reach in there is up high.
Yeah, it looks like inward on that one. But it's Kobe Carter, last layup. N1 finish was at the left. This time around, I give it to the other hand, the offhand for him, because he is a natural lefty. Can't get the 3-point play, but he does give the Hawks the lead.
Inwood, nice cut from Matthews. The Hawks defense reacts. Jones, feet set for Dempster, and knocks that 3 down. Trademark 3 from Sam Dempster.
Such an important shot to be able to hit. You see the way Jacob Murphy's pinching in at the elbow, taking away that driving lane. If Dempster doesn't hit that shot, those driving lanes dry up.
Both teams with 2 threes, average over 4.5 in Rapid League this season. Down to 4 and a travel. 5 seconds on the shot clock rather, and it will be a turnover by the Hawks.
Young Naz Taylor just gets the happy feet on the catch.
Hayden Jones heading towards a Rapid League 5-5, Casey.
He's on the way.
6.
He's got those assists.
6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we're going to see it today, Moles. I feel like Hayden Jones is looking to be a playmaker today.
He's certainly got the buckets going, that is for sure. Dropping another long 2, 17 feet, maybe 18.
He cannot shoot that shot enough for my liking, especially when he's coming in on rhythm off that dribble.
As Taylor from the corner. Strong drive from Kahu Treacher. He could have gone to the rim.
Yeah, probably should have decided to go that, especially at Dempster with those fouls.
Ball is loose, slapped away. Great defense from the Hawks. Inwood couldn't control it.
Good strong move by Lockie Crate before that, but the defense collapses on him and gives the strip off the hands of Inwood when he tried to contain it.
Hayden Jones, just 1 assist away now. I think if Mike Lacey's listening, watching. He needs to put this in his weekly stats update for us.
The 5x5, the 5x5
Really
launch.
forcing the issue. I don't think anyone else talks about it in the commentary. Murphy. Wide and more, I think, stepped out of his shoe there. Murphy goes down, and the shot doesn't. Here's Hayden Jones. What can he create? Good screen from Inwood. And Inwood hustling. Great hustle, Ashton Inwood. Dempster, he comes away with it. Jones surveys his options. Finds Inwood, but he bounces it off his knee. And Dempster now, deep three.
Oh, look at the hustle.
Great hustle from Matthews. Throws it off Ezra Eagle.
And this is what the Giants do. They close out games, they close out quarters. And Hawks have done all that work to get back into things, and the Giants just start rolling off buckets and attacking the glass. They are smashing the Hawks on the boards today. A 17-5 advantage now.
Oh, what a look. Great cut. And that's Lockie Crate.
Just solid execution, nice screen. And good job by Crate stopping under the basket when he's open and get the finish, not going out to the block for that catch.
Eagle, too strong off the glass, followed by Keeley. It was pretty good, but just didn't fall. Here's Inwood, nice look. Stepping through, that's really pretty again from the Nelson Giants.
Beautiful penetrating pass by Inwood on the transition there. That has to be a pinpoint accuracy, or that's going to get deflected or be a turnover. Instead, it's an assist, and now it's an 8-point lead.
Murphy's three, off to the left.
Jacob Murphy, confident shooter. Got to be confident in pinstripes like that. And if you like those pinstripes, look at that team merch store. Shop online now at Sterling Sports. Use that QR code.
Another great segue.
Actually, I think the Hawks are the only team you can't get in the merch store right now. We got to figure out why that is, Moles.
Not my problem. I believe that falls under your umbrella of responsibilities in the league.
One of many.
One of so many. There is a foul right at halfway. And finally, the Hawke's Bay Hawks are able to capitalize on the foul problems of the Nelson Giants, albeit 10.4 seconds to go in the third quarter.
It's such a nice job did the Giants there of defending for near 4 minutes there without getting a foul. Well, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, because those first 30 seconds was the opposite. Mostly by Sam Dempster. Just enforcing his old grumpy will on all these youngsters.
10.7, as you can see in the venue. For Nelson, if Ryder Moore makes his second shot from the Chemist Warehouse line. How much do you reckon Phil Jones could get in Rapid League at his age right now?
Oh, I think he just got a new hip. So not as many as he used to.
So just 30? McNaught, nice cut. Oh, the roll's not there. And that's the third quarter. 26-20 after 3. Nelson Giants take control of this game. I feel as though 7 is a lead that's hard to pull in on a fourth quarter in Rapid League. So the Hawks within touching distance, down 6 at Rodney Green Arenas.
And nice comeback by the Hawks. Big bucket there to finish the quarter. To just get them within that touch distance as we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats, because they are the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL and the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Hawks shooting just 33% from the field. The Nelson Giants just dipping under 50% with that last miss by Crate. And Lockie Crate is the leading scorer in the ball game right now. He's got 10 points, backed up by Hayden Jones' 8 and Sam Dempster's 6. Kahu Treacher 8 for the Hawks. Leading rebounder Hayden Jones sitting there with 5. Looking at the three-point shots, 2 for the Hawks, 3 for the Nelson Giants. Hawks have been to the free throw line to take 10 attempts from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, but have only knocked down 6 of them. The Giants have been there 4 attempts, have knocked down 3. gets us to where we are at now. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is we might finally get our 3x5 today. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Hayden Jones right now.
Oh, but you know what? If they get a couple of buckets and it's a comfortable lead and sits for the main game. This is the tough thing about a rapid league 5-5, Casey. They're not easy to come by. Here he is. Alex McNaught doesn't realise that he needs to hit a shot. Here's McNaught to the cup. Can't get the roll.
Unfortunate roll out from McNaught there. Does all the work. Nice cut to get to the basket, but cannot get that finish. Hawks with a chance to cut it to a one-possession game.
Treacher. Met by a wall of light blue. Keeley. But it's McNaught from the Giants who has it. Not really a giant. 6-foot guard. Down to 11 on the shot clock. Keeley with the defense, a little bit of a hesitation. Left hand finish, blocked by Keeley.
McNaught gets a foul after that one. Fantastic job by Keeley moving the feet. Tough spacing on that one. Everybody really pinching the lane, not giving Alex McNaught a lot of angles. And his preference is to make that drive as opposed to take that jump shot. So Keeley kept retreating and eventually gets the block shot.
Still looking for the first bucket of this quarter. Over a minute. Keeley controls it, left hand, gets a friendly roll.
Right, Will Blight on top of him, size on size. Keeley giving him a bit of mass in that one as well, but does nicely with the offhand. Rebounds on this end as well. Keeley coming up big to start the fourth quarter, getting the Hawks right back in the ball game. That's a turnover, no foul called.
Good defense from Matthews, just got his chest right in the way of Jacob Murphy. Used that sideline. And that is textbook defense.
And that's going to be how the Giant squad's going to be able to close out this game. Well under their season average. Scoring-wise, the screws have been tightened here in the last couple of quarters. See if the Giants can't loosen them up a bit.
Need to get a shot up, 2 seconds. And a reach in from Hayden Jones. And it's just the first team foul of the Hawks.
Rocked him right back to that mid-range where Jones feels so comfortable. Just a little bit too much contact on the arm, sending Hayden Jones to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Just a 5th attempt for the Giants in the ball game, and that one goes wayward, leaving that door open for this Hawks Bay squad.
Under the rim, but it's an offensive rebound.
The offensive rebounds have been tremendous for the Giants. That's their 8th offensive rebound overall. You can count that 9. Jump ball goes to the Hawks though.
Tough work down low for Keeley in this game. Excellent effort, guy, at both ends.
Well, Keeley's been left on an island a little bit right now. It needs to be gang rebounds. When you're giving up that much on the offensive glass, you have to come together as a collective. And if your man is sneaking out and getting back on defense, you got to come in there and bang one of those big guys. That has not been the case for the Hawks in this one. And that possession game is tilted in favor of the Giants. That's why they have this lead.
Bump.
It's Maz Taylor on that drive against Lackey Creighton, who I think just too much size in that matchup. The light pump on Taylor sends him flying.
There's too many low taper fades in this game. As we cut to Phil Jones, but it's killing me. Treacher gets the separation, and he gets the roll. It's a 2-point game.
Just like that, the Hawks hanging around. But this is when the Giants' execution comes to its forefront. Let's see if they get it done again.
Matthews, the left-hand dribble, blocked. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's out of bounds. That's going to go stay with the Giants because Matthews was stepping out of bounds and the ball hit him. It does slow down that fast break, but possession stays with the Hawks. Fantastic job. Look at Taylor. Times it well.
There's Taylor. Great defense. That's good refereeing. He said he got fouled.
No, I don't know about that. Looked like pretty good D there.
Hawks can take the lead with a 3. Carter. Nice dump off to Ezra Eagle. And they've tied it at 26.
Kobe Carr has had a lot of success driving the basketball here in the second half. That time he creates for one of his teammates. Excellent draw and kick.
Another tie up there.
Yeah, real tough angle to drop that pass off. 3 defenders. Great hands by Blight to actually get his hands on it. And because of that jump ball previously, this is going to stay with the Giants. And I think fortunate because momentum has certainly shifted to this Hawks Bay squad. You see Kahu Treacher checking back in the ball game.
13 seconds on the shot clock. Inwood gives it back to Jones. Baseline drive. Oh, that's pretty from the teenager.
Love the recognition. He likes that matchup against the Eagle. He kicks it out. Instead of going for the handoff, says send it back. I've got this driving lane. Excellent footwork to get that reverse.
Murphy, a little bit of a hesitation, but great defense.
Hayden Jones both ends and gets the foul.
Kobe Carter clocked him in the face and goes to help him up. Tough foul.
A beautiful block, and then we see
right shoulder.
That's get your nose in there. Why not? You got that baby face anyway. Need a scar or 2. Don't want to break the nose though, because those stay crooked.
Jones, 10 on the shot clock. Treacher.
He's taking the challenge against Hayden Jones.
That's good defense. That led to a little bit of physicality, too much for the referee's liking, and that will be shots.
That is the bonus 3rd personal foul with 32 seconds left. I thought pretty solid defense by Treacher. He is.
You can tell he really wanted that matchup.
Yeah, he's been taking that challenge on. Putting a little bit more size with Keeley underneath. This is a smart coaching move by Hokianga there. They've given up a few offensive rebounds on the missed free throws today. Maybe Hayden Jones has us ice water and the rebounds won't matter.
Still stuck on 4 assists, Hayden Jones, but it's the points they need. Makes the first from the Chemist Warehouse line. 3 is the lead. 32.8 to go on the Sky Broadband Rapid League fixture, and he misses the second.
That was the key one to make it a 2-possession ball game.
29-26. Oh, nice hesitation. Oh, Treacher cuts the lead to 1.
Got a foul though, just 15 seconds left. Hawks are playing regular defense. They don't seem to know what the score is.
Treacher finally works it out. Not a lot of comms coming from the Hawke's Bay bench without fouling.
Yeah, you can blame the bench a little bit, but you got to talk to the players on the court. Somebody out there has to understand and relay that to somebody else that's going on.
No BNZ player timeout called in this game so far as well.
And that certainly is going to play in next. Going to have to call timeouts from now on just to extend that game a bit, especially if you're the Hawks.
Basically having an impromptu timeout right there before the second foul shot was attempted.
If I'm the Hawks, I'm calling a timeout here either way on the rebound or the miss, just to give yourself a little bit more time to work your way back in the ballgame.
Jones makes the second. 3 is the lead. Eagle calls that BNZ player timeout.
That's a substitution. No timeout called yet. I think they need to call it, but they haven't called it as of yet.
Sub on the make. There it is.
Could have done both those at once, guys. Get the sub and the timeout.
You can't sub on the timeout.
Oh, that's a good point.
You can't have a coach call a timeout in this game.
Can't do that. But what you can do is scan that code to get your ticket to the big game. Chance to win tickets to all this season's games, but time is running out. We're over halfway through the season, and the tickets are getting scarce. So if you've got a group that you think wants to win tickets to the big game in your area, make sure you scan that QR code. That will pop up again during the NZNBL. And a very good chance it's going to pop up again when the Nelson Giants get their possession.
He's got the play here. Murphy with it. He's going to pull the trigger from deep, and he misses it to the right.
Well, he wanted to pass that. He wanted to pass that to the wing, but nice defense by the Giants. Got up and into passing lane and took away. He almost got away. It might have traveled a little bit, almost made a carry. Instead, forces up the shot with 3 seconds to go, leaving just a prayer for the Hawks to try and get back in this one. And there it is, your BNZ player timeout. Which will give you another chance to win tickets to the big game, Moles. Not you, personally, but everybody at home.
Absolutely. So Gruggan conversing. And you can get close to the action by using that QR code. Chance to win tickets to games hopefully near you. Phil Jones, assistant coach of the Giants, leading the bench, talking to head coach Mike Fitchett.
Well, the Giants just need to get the ball inbounds and hit one from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. More than likely going to try and get another catch for Hayden Jones because he spent quite a few trips there recently. Should feel pretty comfortable.
Carter with the foul. Hoping a prayer that they miss both. They get a rebound.
Hayden Jones takes that shot and misses that three. Whenever I had free throws coming up, I didn't like that extra shot just in case it went off. It always made me feel a little like, that's bad luck. When it goes in, it feels great. You're like, I've got it going. Let's see if there's any effect on young Jones here.
6 of 10 from the line are the Giants. These are the Hawks. It's just been the rebound advantage. It's plus 10 to the Giants in this game.
Just over 3 seconds left to play. And Jones looking for a towel.
Really dragging this out is Hayden Jones.
A flair for the dramatic. That's where Eagle having a laugh at it. Another miss.
I tell you what, he got cold in the time.
He definitely thought about it too much.
He did.
That is way too much thinking to be done, but this shot here will seal it.
This is interesting. Will it be interesting? It won't be.
Well, you could get a 4-point play. It's happened here pretty recently.
It's true. Not that one.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Oh, my goodness. What an end to the game.
Jacob Murphy.
Oh, Lachlan Crate with the poster on Jacob Murphy.
With the ignominious defeat. I love the effort. Gets the turnover, tries to get the meeting, and Crate gives him the ugly face.
Lachlan Crate put him in a box. He buried him on that dunk. And that'll do us, 34-28. Yeah, every point matters.
Every point matters.
But that one.
Gotta finish strong, but that one matters a little bit more as Hayden Jones, Lachlan Crate take the Giants to victory. Kaihu Tricha, the lone double-figure score for the Hawks. Well supported by Kobe Kara. Hayden Jones also sits on 4 assists. Can't get our 3x5. Well, it's Jacob Murphy and Kobe Kara.
Hard to get, man.
The closest. Keeley and Jones, 6 rebounds apiece. Dempster next best with 4. 2 blocks for Hayden Jones. Is there a stat that he doesn't top for the Nelson Giants? I think we see it soon. There it is. Steals, Crate with 1, Kobe Kara with 2. Finishing on the blocks, which we saw a moment ago.
Well, that'll do us for the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Rodney Green Arenas, Napier will be back shortly with the NZNBL matchup between the Hawks and the Giants. Kia ora, good evening and welcome along to Rodney Green Arenas in Napier, round 9 matchup between the Hawke's Bay Hawks and the Nelson Giants in the Sal's NBL 2025. Important matchup as we head into the home stretch here after the international break, the FIBA window. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank on hand. And this is a retooled Nelson Giants on the road to a rather short-handed Hawke's Bay Hawks team. And at the moment, people on the mixandpicks.com poll going with the Giants, the visitors getting the win tonight.
Which would be a change of fortune for this Giants team that has only one win on the season. As we take a look at the ladder, we see the Hawke's Bay Hawks clinging on to that 6th spot after a brilliant win last time they played on this court, where Luka Yates hit the game winner with no time left against the Tauranga Phi, sealing their rise up into the top 6 and holding on very precariously to a final spot. As we take a look at the Giants, 1-9, things have not been going their way, but the last 3 games since they've got that influx of talent, a vastly different squad.
Absolutely, and they'll need to go now from this point where they'll have to win out pretty much 80% of their games. And for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, they'll have some heavy work to do themselves. Their next 4 games are on the road.
Speaking of games coming up, here's the fixtures for the rest of the week. The Rams and the Tuatara in a championship rematch tomorrow afternoon from Cal Stadium, Christchurch. The Saints and Jets, 2 high-scoring teams, matching up after that. The Bulls and the Giants to start the action on Sunday. The Giants doing the drive, and hopefully a flight up to Auckland for that one. And before the Sharks and the Nuggets in the battle of the Deep South, Sam Timmons making his Sharks debut.
That's a tough team. The Sharks have become, they're starting to rise up as well through the rankings. Here's the starting 5 for the NBS Nelson Giants. Combs is relatively new. He's played a handful of games. Robinson Jr., he's come into the setup and he's really charged them up. Cullen McRae is the big body in the middle. Hayden Jones and Liam Judd. That's a good-looking starting 5 for head coach Michael Fitchett.
With the Nelson Giants head coach, Coach Fitchett, coming in tonight's game. You know, you got a few or a new piece. How's the preparation been and introducing him into the squad?
Yeah, really good. We've had Andrew for about a week now, just under a week. He's fit in really well. He's been on the training floor for 3 practices with us. Dynamic guard, looks like he can shoot it, looks like he can get to the rim a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing him out on the floor.
Awesome, Coach. And coming into the Hawks' nest, you know, what do you think are going to be the keys to get a win tonight?
I think for us is playing at our tempo. Obviously with Coward out, they might want to play a little bit faster, and I know our old friend Dan Greeter wants to play pretty fast, so can we contain him? Can we contain young Jackson Ball? If we do a good job on those 2, I think we've gone a long way to helping ourselves.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, I appreciate your time tonight, Coach. Good luck for the game, man.
Mike Fitchett, he's got some big games coming up on his hands, and it's a big game coming up for the Hawks. As you heard from Fitch, no Coward. You can see him there on the baseline. That big body of his will be sorely missed. Scott Ball, Greeter, Swakala, Bullock and Yates will do a lot of the heavy lifting for this Hawke's Bay team. And it's going to be up to Sam Gruggan to make things work and see how that pace will turn out for them. He is the Hawke's Bay Hawks coach.
All right, here with the big barrel head coach, Coach Sam, coming in tonight's game versus the Giants, team that got nothing to lose, really, a dangerous team to play. How's the preparation been this week coming into tonight?
Yeah, preparation's been really good. I mean, we've got a couple of injuries coming into tonight's game, so just giving our young guys a bit more of an opportunity. But preparation has been good, scouts been good, guys are ready to rock and roll.
Awesome, Coach. And what do you see as the main keys to getting a win tonight in the Hawks' nest?
Yeah, I think they proposed some threats inside. They've got some tall timber there with Combs and McRae, so stopping their points in the paint. But then in saying that, they're really good unselfish players, and they'll kick the ball out. So guarding the key and guarding the 3 will be a big part of tonight's hopefully game plan to get the win.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time tonight, Coach. Good luck for the game.
Thanks. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they use that, the quickness that they have. Mike Fitchett said Greta loves to go. He was with the Giants last year. Now with the Hawks. Here's how the last 5 looked for them. 3-2 for the Hawks. And the Giants finally got their first win.
And you take a look at that points per game. Of course, remember, Giants dropped triple digits last time out with Combs in the lineup, who has added a lot of spice. Greta and Combs going to be an excellent matchup. Or not matchup so much. Greta's going to have to be playing a lot of out of position at that power forward position. Combs might have his way with him down low, or Greta might get him in foul trouble. Jackson Ball and Andrew Jones, the X Factor. The new Andrew Jones, how is he going to play his first game in for the Giants? What's he going to be able to do? And Jackson Ball coming off a 33-point ball game. Of course, early this season, he had 40.
Well, Campbell Scott, he's made the move from the Jets to the Hawks, and he's been really good for the Hawks, especially from the perimeter. And Campbell Scott is looking forward to the challenge tonight.
I'm here with the Big Barrel Hawks, Campbell Scott. Hey, Campbell, the guys, you're coming off 2 big wins, man. What's the feeling coming in tonight's game versus the Giants?
Yeah, obviously we feel pretty good after, a crazy win against the Fi. That was pretty unreal win, unreal finish. Yeah, so we feel really good as a team. We're really cohesive right now.
Awesome, man. And what do you think are gonna be the keys to get a victory tonight?
Yeah, I think Nelson have added like a lot of pieces now, so I think they're a strong team now. So we really have to lock in defensively. Combs is really good. Robinson's a really shifty guard, so we're gonna have to lock in defensively, and that's gonna be key for us.
Awesome. Hey, appreciate your time tonight, Camp. Good luck for the game, man.
Yeah, the Big Barrel Hawks ready for this one. The Bartercard referees also good to get this one going. Callum Welch, Sharon Martin and Sam Fadzim will be the referees for this game. Always a good crowd, always a good night out at Rodney Green Arenas in Napier. And the Giants, they have to go now in the Sal's NBL. And they're the favourites to win this game. On the mixandpick.com poll, use the QR code, go to the app.
And Giants still fighting, bringing in Jones. I mean, certainly at 1-9 the season could be given up for loss, but they've made the commitment financially to bring in another restricted player to give themselves a chance to finish this season strongly. And stranger things have happened. They could find a little bit of a role. They've played a lot of the top teams in the competition already, but they're going to have to beat a few more of them if they want to get themselves a chance to, sniff that top 6.
Andrew Jones, he has come from Austria, where he's played professionally with teammate Jordan Natai, who's joined the Saints. There's Darnell Cowett. Really good use of the body, really good rebounder. Swakalo Bullock. He'll be looking to score some points in this one. And Jeremy Combs there on screen with Cullen McRae behind him. Combs averaging 25 in the handful of games he's played for the Giants. And there's Lukey Yates. Kiwi passport, played a lot of his basketball in NBL 1.
And great size, he's been a fantastic rebounder. But it's with the departure of Coward, we've seen him lift his offensive game just a bit, has had a bit of an opportunity, and of course, hit that huge triple that wins the game against the Fi the last time the Hawks took to the court in the Hawks' nest.
Combs and Yates. Combs 6'7", Andrew Jones 6'4". Luke Yates averaging 12.5 rebounds a game.
He's top 20 on more than one occasion this year, or at least one occasion.
Hawks with the ball, Jackson Ball.
Look at the pace with which they're playing. They're going to get this Giants team to move around.
Swakalo Bullock pulls that one down. Andrew Jones with the rebound.
Love the way Robinson puts that ball off the floor. He's a point guard. And then Judd misses the drive.
Greta with that flowing mullet. Swakalo Bullock. Jeff step on the 3, turnaround. Good defense from Judd. Yates with his first rebound.
On the offensive end as well. It'll be tough for Combs to keep Yates off the glass. Going to have that come down to McRae more often than not.
And that looks like that was blocked. And easy money there eventually for Jeremy Combs.
That's some stick-to-itiveness there early on in this one. Misses it on the break, but gets his own rebound. Stat pads it for 2 to open things up.
Ball. Breeder. Pull up. Left it short. Combs with the ball.
Second matchup between Robinson and Ball this season. Remember, the first game of the Hawks season, Ball dropped 40 when Robinson was a point guard on the Panthers, and we see an offensive foul on Combs.
Just driving into the chest of Dan Greeder. Both going down. Will be the new import.
Yeah, if I'm Mike Fitchett, I don't want to have Combs put the ball on the floor and try and gain his physical advantage that way from the wing. I want to set him up with a catch on the block, maybe on the dots if I can against Greeda, to really be able to impose his physicality a little bit closer to the basket without the worry of those offensive fouls and player control issues.
Swakalo Bullock. That's a welcome sign for the Hawks with Swakalo Bullock knocking down a 3.
And Combs reluctant to go out. The big man doesn't want to guard the perimeter players out there. And the small lineup of the Hawks causing problems early for the Giants.
Swakalo Bullock averages 5 attempts per game from deep. Only hits 19% of them. Nice drive. Shifty move from Andrew Jones.
Really nice change of direction there to get by one of the premier defenders in the competition, Bullock. And good job by McRae to create that space, and a foul on Robinson on that drive.
On the reach in, Jackson Ball splitting that double team with a spin.
Good call.
Robinson down earlier on that play.
Alex Robinson, the haircut, looking like a much younger man.
Jackson Ball with a 0 on the haircut as well.
That is a tight fade.
It is. This is the first. He is the 5th junior tall black in this game. It's 4 of them on the benches, and Jackson Ball will go to the under-18s in the end of next month for New Zealand.
Just a fantastic talent and a key to this Hawks Bay squad. Going to be difficult for them to replace him when he is at that World Cup. Oh, not on the line.
Judd sticking on the sideline with that plant foot.
That is the best defender in the league. This sideline forces more turnovers than any defender.
Ball running things, getting Greeder to move, and that was just telegraphed by Combs, who fires it ahead, but he's out of bounds.
Just lost the footing after he got that steal, but well anticipated. And he's got that physicality that's going to be very difficult for these wing players to try and hold him off with just an arm bar. You're going to have to really force yourself to be physical in creating those passing lanes for your teammates.
Ball hits it on him from the Panthers to the Giants. Ball for 3. Off to the right. So it goes to the Giants.
A little bit of a slow start for both squads.
What a great three-point shooting team by the Hawks. Only hitting under 31% of their attempts. Nelson looking good here.
Combs again. It's not just the attempts, it's the three-point rate for these teams. As you see that one missed, but these teams are 8th and 9th in three-point rate in the competition. They don't really get it up with a lot of frequency.
I feel as though you have to give Nelson the benefit of the doubt when it comes to three-point ball now. And when you've added Robinson and Jones and Combs, see how the pace changes for Fitchett. And
look at this pass by Robinson. Drops that one off.
Really nice Greeder with the foul.
Probably a fortunate foul, would have been a pretty surefire layup. Is that Combs going to the line and not a foul on Robinson? Interesting, I would have thought that foul on Greta was on Robinson, but maybe that was on the other side. I miss things all the time. I miss this one too. Well short in the first attempt. He's Combs from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Not Mitchell Robinson short, but short. Nothing but net on the second.
3-point lead for the Giants. Coach Sam Griggan, I want to see a little bit of penetration from my Hawks team. I need something going to the rim, and Dan Greta brings it.
Yates. Swakala bullet. Back out to his big. Knocks that down, Luka Yates.
And what a key shot for his development and for this Hawks Bay team. Going to force McCray to come out of the basket as Jones takes off in transition, something the Giants have been missing this year.
I thought it was the Hawks going to push the pace, according to Mike Fitchett.
Nothing wrong with some good running when you got the opportunity, as Greta just forces his way to the bucket past the 7-footer.
Back and forward we go. All tied up at 9. Here's Robinson. Shifty. Greta, another rebound.
Created a nice angle, but that gives Greta the opportunity in transition.
Ball. Corner ball. It finds Greta though, and he puts it up and in on the follow.
And now the Hawks have the lead. Just love Dan Greta, his energy, his enthusiasm, his effort. Fantastic player to be on the team. The Giants would be well aware after he applied his train down in Nelson with them a season ago.
Robinson pulls it back. That's a 2. Had a foot on the line, a toe on the line. Cannon Welsh calls it a 2. In perfect position as per usual.
Well, just right there, tippy toe. Nice creation of space on Scott with the step back. He was like, it's not a 3. No, it was not.
It's a Kevin Durant toe.
Good D, Robinson. Really stands up physically. Combs has a transition opportunity.
Combs to Robinson, who made sure his feet were set. And it's going to be a rebound to Swakala Bullock. And he's fouled in transition. That'll be the 13th foul. Liam Judd got him on that one.
Well, neither team really, I think, has imposed their game plan on the opposition just yet. A little bit surprised the Giants have not tried to work things down to the low post with a little bit more frequency. And conversely, haven't seen the pace that I expected to see from the Hawks early in this one.
Ball. Nice screen from Yates. No switch. Effective on that ball 3.
Was finally able to get that open look. Missed in the other corner, missed on the wing, but drains that one.
Robinson, a handful for Ball, who commits the foul. Coach Fitchett said they had about 3 or 4 days off as a team. The break.
There's Ball with a beautiful triple. Zinging the strings. Always nice to get a little bit of time off in the middle of the season.
Tough double header on the road coming up on Sunday for the Giants. They've got the Bulls in this game tonight. 2 teams with top 6 aspirations for the Giants. Bulls, tough unit at home. Yates.
McCray on the bench. The Hawks go straight to Yates in the post. And Combs just puts a little bit past Liam Judd on that one. Needed a little bit more air underneath it for Judd to catch that one with his 2-foot leaping ability.
Kobe Carter in the game. Jackson Ball takes a seat. Greta, tough drive around Alex McNaught, who's come into the game as well for the Giants.
Unfortunately, poor defense for Alex McNaught there. Buys into that little jab step move with the ball fake middle and opens that straight line drive for Greta right to the cup.
Robinson, left-hand finish, gets around Swakala Bullock.
Changes direction there, freezes Bullock underneath, and enables him to find that step through.
I think whoever scores last wins the game.
That is the way it's gone into the Hawks' nest as of late.
It's the way it's going in this first quarter. Greta and the Hawks, however, do have a 3-point lead now. And
took an elbow to the chest or the jaw, it looks like.
so Alex McNaught took one to the face.
Mike Fitchett is upset that there was no call there.
McNaught, he's tough, he's back. Jones, Yates, another rebound.
He is hoovering him up. And Dan Greta's the recipient of a lot of that activity.
He's got 3, Greta's got 3. Swakala Bullock. That is a tough shot. Can't get the roll. Front of the rim.
Bit of a broken possession there for the Hawks. And the Giants do a little bit better this time down. Just want the post feed to Combs.
That's a tough jump hook there. Tough.
Especially with Yates in the game. They didn't really post him when he had Greta in the post, but
Yeah.
now with Yates in there, they're saying, yeah, let's get down low. Nice screen by Swakala Bullock.
Oh, nice hands by Alex McNaught. Greta broke that up. Stays with the Giants, 17 on the shot clock.
Nice job by the Hawks in transition defense there. Getting back and getting hands in passing lanes. Greta with that late flood into the corner takes away the corner 3 opportunity. We'll head to the bench to get a quick blow as Kahu Treacher gets his first action of the NZNBL in season 25.
Another member of the Junior Tall Blacks named today to go to the World Champs.
Ezra Eagle matched up on McRae down low.
Good luck, Ezra. That is a large body.
Love the repost.
Back inside. Great defense right until the end. Ezra Eagle had his hands full, did a decent job.
Well, just love the confidence that Coach Sam Gruggan says, you know what? Single coverage on the post. You can get it done down there. No double coming, and this is straight to the bench mob. This is essentially Campbell Scott and the Rapid League squad out here to finish the quarter.
Cullen McRae was at the Sharks last season. Before that was at the Giants. Came through mid-season. Has been spending time Division 3 basketball in Japan. And the game is all tied up at 18. Jacob Murphy in the game. Hayden Jones on him. Sam Dempster off the bench for the Giants as well. There was a walk, surely.
No, they're calling a foul down low.
Yeah, they are, but Kobe Carter got away with one.
He definitely did the step one direction before he dribbles the other, which
Callum McRae is explaining exactly what happened.
it is a move that you occasionally get away with in North American basketball, but normally one internationally that gets pretty much stamped on.
Scott. Eagle for 3. Tracks it down. Finds Jacob Murphy.
Decides not to go at the 7-footer.
Front of the rim.
That's a big possession for the Giants. They really held on there. Lots of opportunities for the Hawks, but eventually getting the stop. But can they capitalize down here?
Hayden Jones can't finish, but it stays with the Giants.
Beautiful move, does all the work, but just finished off that wrong angle off the glass. You just need a little bit more activity. If you need a little bit more, you might need more pepperoni. And that large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza is calling your name, $39.99. Use that QR code or the online code SalsCharge25, valid until Tuesday, May 12th, or the 20th, because the May 12th was this week.
Great deal from Sal's once again. Under a minute, all tied up at 18. Jones pull up with the midi, too strong. Carter with the rebound. Ezra Eagle, corner the play. Greta up there with the bench mob for the Hawks. Nice find. and it's rewarded with an assist for Dan Greta on that 3-ball from Kobe Carter.
4th triple of the ball game. They're now 4 for 9. Find a little bit of heat from deep.
Jones probably could have risen up and just gave it a little baby runner.
Yeah, I'd like to see him be a bit more aggressive in that mid-range. He's so proficient from there. But the turnover gives the Hawks the last possession of the quarter more than likely.
Greta, not much time left, has to put it up. Good defense by the Giants, who are down 3, 21-18 over the Hawks. They have this lead at Rodney Green Arenas in Napier.
What up, TikTok? We are here in the chat. You got Moles and Casey live from New Zealand. Girl Bard watching from Washington State. Thanks for checking in on the Sal's NBL. An interesting matchup here. I think the thing we've been most interested in, Moles, is we got quite a few junior tall blacks playing in this one, even though they're about to be teammates facing off.
Absolutely. Junior tall blacks heading off to the Under-18 World Cup.
Got a lot of questions in the chat as to where the rugby is. Well, that's on the subscription service that you have to pay for. So if you want to watch some rugby, want to watch some league, gonna have to go and sign up for Sky. But the free stuff.
I really enjoy the people on TikTok going up the wires, where's the rugby league? I'd rather watch the rugby.
We would rather you watch it too. If you pay for it, you can.
Yeah, that's how it works, people.
If you do have a question to the game, toss it in the chat. We will be checking in during quarter breaks and halftime. And see if we maybe do a little bit of story time, maybe do a little bit of trivia. Who knows? Anything can happen. Thanks for joining us on Sky Sport New Zealand TikTok.
It is a 3-point lead to the Hawks here at Rodney Green Arenas in Napier. 21-18. The leading scorer is Dan Greta with 8. Jeremy Combs for the Giants has 7. %38% from the floor for the Hawks, 50 for the Giants. Second quarter underway. Jones, McRae, that single coverage from Ezra Eagle. Fighting for his life underneath, and again, the Hawks collapse and foul. McRae?
You know, as a big, well, I always found it harder to go up against small guards than it was to go up against guys my size or bigger. And they just have that low center of gravity. They can get into your hips. You can't really use the full effort of your strength because you're so much bigger. So you have to be a bit tentative. But the Giants are pretty determined to give McRae a few touches with this huge size advantage. But so far haven't really been able to convert that into opportunities as he misses the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Giants 2 for 5 from the line. Makes the second, 3 for 6. Darnell Cowett for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, or Clifton Bush, so a little bit short-handed. It's Murphy, fires it back out to Kobe Carter. Greta, the starter. Carter going at Dempster. 3-ball. Treacher missing that. Back to the wing with Jones. Sees the double and Dempster pulls the trigger. Greta hoovers down that rebound.
The Giants are going to have to hit some shots from deep to make this defense stretch out a little bit more.
Tough drive, Dan Greta.
He just kept on getting Crate turned around. Difficult task for Lockie Crate guarding Greta in transition. And that reach there, unnecessary, especially with the big fella McRae behind you. Not a lot of contact, but enough to get the whistle, and mass substitutions for the Hawks as they come back with the majority of the starting lineup.
Scott. Yates. He might have the foot speed, but he doesn't have the size on McRae. But he does have the little runner there, and he gets fouled on it.
He does a nice job of using that shot fake to force McRae get up on his toes. He had hit that one earlier, and that opens up that driving lane. As McRae picks up his first personal foul, and Luka Yates heads to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Hits the first. 3 points for Yates right now. Somehow only 3 rebounds. Seems like he has a few more than that.
Does, doesn't it? Yates misses the second, but Greta gets the offensive board and he gets the bucket.
Well, a tough mistake there for the Giants. Got the miss, but the ball just bounces in the right spot. As we've got some of the players passing notes across the court for the fans.
I think it was a coaster.
I think it was a phone number. Somebody's picking up some digits.
Have you seen that in a game?
Check this box if you like me.
Back to McRae. This time it's Yates on the assignment. No double coming, and too big.
You can see how much easier that is for McRae, though, than it was going against Eagle, because he can just use a little bit more of his bulk to move Yates without the fear of getting that charge. And if the double doesn't come, that's going to be a tough ask for Yates. Backing that guy down, we've got an 8-second call. Well done by the Giants. McNaught and Dempster teaming up.
Great work. And this is the age-old question of when the 8-second call has to be made. When it hits 16, or it's actually when it hits 15. Did you know that?
It's actually neither. Has nothing to do with the shot clock. It has to do with the count that the referee does.
Well, the referee's
separate
count
thereof
is always bang on with the shot clock, Casey. Jones misses that. Greta pushes the ball. Giants are back. Caught Dempster, just giving him a bit of room. And it's
a rebound and an assist.
What a move by Luka Yates to save the ball, and heads up play from Kobe Carter.
Just delivers it right on point to Kara. Just the hustle. Luka Yates there gets to the ball first, looking like it's going to be nothing but a turnover, and somehow, like he's got eyes in the back of his head, fires that one through where only Kara can get it on the run to the bucket, and a chance now for the Hawks to add to their lead from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, where every point counts this season, because the Chemist Warehouse is teaming up with Basketball New Zealand for the Hoops and Schools program. And 225 free throws made by a team this season. Well, you know, a new hoop is going in a neighborhood somewhere near you. And on that quote, coming into the game, the Hawke's Bay Hawks had 203 made free throws on the season. So we are getting pretty close to a hoop getting put in.
No make on that one, but it's again Yates. I think that's about his 50th rebound so far. Unfortunately turns it over though. But good work from the Giants to really get up and in on Luka Yates there, because he's killing them on the boards. They're going to have to force turnovers, and they're going to have to not settle for shots.
Yeah, I don't like that shot on that possession. You had McRae back in the post where he'd just gone to work several times in a row. Keep feeding that beast that's going well for you before you go away from it.
Now Yates showing his range. Again, the desire for the rebound is going the way of the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
That is the 6th offensive rebound. And it leads to the triple.
Second one for Swakala Bullock, and the lead is 7. So it's timeout for Mike Fitchett and the Nelson Giants. The effort just isn't there on the glass. And that's giving the Hawks extra possessions.
Yeah, just not bodying up and being outworked to the ball. The Hawks right now, they want it more. They're playing like it. And then they're getting it. Might be because they look good in those jerseys. And if you like those jerseys, use that QR code. Team Merch shop online now. Of course, once again, the Hawks the only team without jerseys in, but everybody else you can grab. Some Rapid League stuff in there. Fantastic stuff. All thanks to Sterling Sports.
I grabbed myself a Panthers t-shirt.
It's always good to support your favorite teams.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, there's some activity going on in that area. Got till Monday? We'll find out Monday.
28-21. 7:10 to go in the second quarter. Hawks getting outworked early on, but then it's their effort now on the glass. There's been the difference here in the second quarter. Hit some threes, and the Giants, let's go back to what was working, as Casey said, and that was going to McRae down
there
low.
It is. Right back to it. I'll let him go. Just back him down, get another layup.
No one's coming on the double. McRae can't get the finish, but it's going to be Jeremy Combs with the finish.
Kobe Carr saying he was pushed from behind, but that's just work down low. This isn't where I'd be attacking the Hawks all night. They just do not have the bone marrow to keep this Nelson Giants team from imposing their will down low. Swakalo Bullock. Nice little distraction job on Jeremy Combs there. Roll from the Chemist Warehouse strike, and the Giants down 2 possessions.
Sloppy pass. And then it's the unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, the unsportsmanlike from behind. Swakalo Bullock questioned it because there's players in front, so how can it be a clear path? But it's not a clear path. It's a lack of a play on the ball. That's why that's an unsportsmanlike. So you take a look here, just reaches and grabs from behind when he's well clear. Because there is no play on the ball, that makes it unsportsmanlike, at least in my best definition thereof. I'm sure a couple of refs will tell me how wrong I am seeing in texts. But that's going to be free throws and the basketball for the Giants.
Andrew Jones missing the first.
In and out. That was a nice clean stroke, though. Looked like he had the measure of it. But they do not, tell you where the Giants do not have the measure right now. That's from deep. 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. Yet to hit one from deep. And not too much better from the line, where they are now 5 for 9.
2 shots and the ball for the Giants. And that'll help them get back in the game. Giants still looking for their first 3-pointer. 0 for 5.
I'd be looking for Combs inside the paint right now, right off the inbounds pass.
Greener making a nuisance of himself. Robinson has it. It's Combs. Judd has it blocked by Greta.
He closed a lot of space on that one. He was underneath helping out. And on that swing, he had to close out to the baseline, but times it perfectly. Gets there and gets that shot out of there. Right into the Nelson Giants bench. Short shot clock now. About 2.8 left. Oh, sorry, 0.2 left.
Quick move. Jeremy Combs, it goes down.
A little bit of a looping skyhook there on Greta, but Greta gets to come back well off the dribble.
Ball. Left hand. Judd with the board. Into McRae. Nice give and go. And just the cut, rather.
Ambitious trying to finish that without dropping as McRae picks up his second personal foul. It stops the break. On the other end, nice find, but Judd just needed to be a bit more patient, come down with the basketball and get a strong finish instead of trying to get it up and in one possession. But a nice little flurry by the Giants here, has him within 1 point. Going to keep McRae in the ball game. He thought he might have gotten stepped out on that foul, but just 2 personals for him. Eventually, Jones gets called for the grab. Swakalo Bullock.
Gregan.
Sam Gregan does a great job of complaining with a big smile on his face.
He does. He's got a really good temperament to be a head coach.
The thing about the smile is you never know what they're saying from far away.
That is also true.
And that is why it's a good thing to use that smile when you're chatting to the refs.
Swakalo Bullock, 90% from the Chemist Warehouse line this season.
Oh, why would you do that to him?
So he's made the first, so I think he's going to make the second. He has to. He's shooting so well from the line.
The Hawks coming into the game 76%, second in the competition.
Robinson to Combs. Off the glass and only collected some part of the face of Swakalo Bullock.
I like that move in the post, though. Get those elbows up. Tell those defenders, you need to be careful around me down here.
They closed it up. It's all tied up at 29. Greeter to the cup. McRae's picked up foul number 3 on the Greeter drive.
I love the aggression right at McRae, who is actually, once he gets down there, tries to get out of the way, but cannot do it. He's there underneath the basket. He's saying he's not doing anything, but he's still moving those feet. And the contact's made. He's not in a solid defensive position. I'm not sure we have a replay on it, but he's still moving around when that contact's made, and it's just because of how aggressive Greeter was. If Combs doesn't gamble for that ball, then he doesn't get that straight driving lane, and that really put McRae in a tough position defensively.
Greeter at the line. He's been really good for the Hawks. 22.5 points a game. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.7 steals on average. Shooting 64%, Dan Greeter, in Sal's NBL. Here's Combs again.
And now it's going to be a bit more space down low with McRae out. Look for this Hawk squad to come back at that rim a bit more often.
Jackson Ball has it blocked by Judd. He's checking on.
I thought he was going to talk some smack, but he's helping him up.
I think he was. There's a nice guy, Liam Judd, and Alex Robinson's foul going to the cup. There's some stink face to the Hawks.
Did not agree with what was being told to him then. Hope we get mad. I would have liked to see the stink face again.
Was it stink face at Swakalo Bullock?
It was stink face at whoever was telling him that wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
It's the first from the Chemist Warehouse, where the Giants have been surprisingly poor this season. Just 66% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, 11th in the competition. But Alex Robinson is doing his best to correct that.
Gets the second to go down. Timeout, 32-31. It's grindy in the second quarter. Two teams who really need to pick up some wins here in the Sal's NBL. The Giants, of course, need it the most. They're currently 11th, 1 for 9.
Yeah, that's not good.
Just the one win, 9 losses. Conversely, the Hawks, they're 7 and 5, and they're in that 6th spot.
And have played some good basketball, some really good basketball at times, but dealing with this injury to Darnell Cowart now.
They've got a really good, I'll tell you what the Giants do have, they've got a really good rapid league team. And again, they're at the top of the table. They picked up a win tonight earlier. And if they start picking up wins in the Sal's NBL, their rapid league difference is going to, might just help them. I personally feel like they've left this run a little bit too late.
This was the silverest lining on this cloud that you were seeing. I really appreciate it. You were like, really, look, it's not impossible. It's very tough for the Giants to get back into things. More than likely, they're going to have to play spoiler the rest of the way. But, you know, it's about putting a good product on the floor. It's about competing for the home fans that are still coming to games. And the Giants have a great, faithful crowd that, despite the record, are going to keep showing up. And this team they put together, they're going to be solid down the stretch. They are going to get some wins. Will they get enough to get back into the mix? I don't know. Got 4 teams on 8 wins already. It is a mighty big hill to climb.
So I'm telling you, there's a chance.
There's always a chance, baby.
Yeah. I want to see the Giants go on a run. Great defense from Combs.
Especially how he took that bump, didn't get the foul, and then re-entered into it.
Giants lost his footing. And there'll be a jump ball situation, and the position arrow stays. No, it goes the other way, so it will be Hawks ball.
Well, Combs wanted it on the other wing there, and wasn't super happy that Alex Robinson went the other direction. Instead of being an open look, it's a turnover.
Yeah, look, the Giants, we've seen just the log jam last season trying to get into that 6th spot. And points percentage was a massive factor for the postseason aspirations of some teams.
Well, there's essentially a 3-way tie, 4-way tie coming into the final round. And the only reason the Giants made the finals was because they had that points percentage on teams like the FIBA and the Hawks.
Swakalo Bullock gets that to drop. 34-31. Combs for a handoff. Finds Robinson. Looks at the cutter again. Robinson just dropping it off, but it's Combs who misses.
I mean, great look for Combs. I thought Robinson had the layup.
He really did. Greta crossing up.
Nice rebound, just snatched that one a bit out of the cylinder for Combs.
Now it's Combs deep, gets the roll.
Soft touch, man.
It's too easy for Combs to get that deep in.
When he gets that run up, when Yates is playing off of him because he's not super concerned about the jumper, but when defensively you give up that much space, you allow a player to run up, and Jackson ball.
That's the 8-second call. They reset the shot clock too.
Yeah, I thought that ball was in the air and across half court. That's
another 8-second call in this half.
I mean, nice job once again by the Giants. Defensive pressure up and in, causing problems.
Combs and Robinson. See what Combs can do from deep. You hit nothing but net and gives the Giants the lead back.
19 points for Combs now.
Oh my.
He's putting it together. Getting hot in this one.
6 rebounds as well. 6 assists for Robinson Jr.
He's coming off a 28-point game. He is starting to figure things out. And maybe get another one here, go for 21.
Here's Combs. Puts it down with the right hand off the Andrew Jones steal.
And just like that.
Just like that, you're right, Casey. It's a timeout to the Hawks.
Combs doing it from deep, doing it above the rim. Jeremy Combs, he doesn't need one, but he's combing this game into the favor of the Giants. Taking a look at the stats. The Giants shooting just 44%, but they have locked down the Hawks to 38% up to this point.
Really impressive second quarter bounce back from the Giants.
How about that was the first triple that the Giants have hit today. Jeremy Combs, they were 0 for 6 prior to that, 1 for 7 now.
Real half-court patience as well from the Giants in this quarter. They went to McRae before he had to sit with his 3 fouls, and then they're operating with Combs and Robinson Jr. Either he's getting in the paint on the post-up as well, or he's playing with the on-ball 2-man pick-and-roll game.
Don't underestimate the quality of the screen that Combs is setting as well, really giving Robinson an opportunity to get some deep penetration there. And now it's gonna, Hawks must have been talking about, look, there's one guy we need to stop right now. He's got 21 of the 38 points for the Giants. Can we do a better job of limiting his activity? Jackson Ball bringing the ball up now.
Alex Robinson Jr. Going into a 2-3 zone are the Giants. Downloader Yates kicking it out. Ball with a straight on deep three. Front of the iron. Not quite controlled by Robinson Jr.
Sometimes that miss comes off so quickly. Gets a little bit surprised. Might have jammed the finger as well.
It's Campbell Scott. Swakalo Bullock attacks the seam of the zone. Dempster again.
When they dropped that one off, but the passing lane closed up on him, forcing him to layup.
Turning the corner is Robinson Jr. Combs with his feet set.
That's really nice.
Another three for him. He's up to 24 and a half.
Robinson that whole way was thinking pass. Just draws both defenders so deep in the paint that he is also able to create that angle. And now Combs lighting it up. Eight straight.
8 assists for Robinson Jr. as well. Yates, set shot 3. And it's Andrew Jones with the rebound.
Might be 10 straight for Combs.
I think you might be right, Casey.
Maybe 13?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, he was feeling it.
He was. There was a heat check. But an offensive rebound, and now you've got a shot clock issue, I believe.
Well, I think they reset it. There should be about 6 seconds left on it.
A little bit of pensive Hawks fans behind Mike Fitchett there.
Well, things are going so well for him a couple minutes ago. But suddenly Combs with 24. And that's a 7-point Giants lead. Interior strength coming to the forefront to finish the first half.
Down to 4. Andrew Jones dancing with it. Oh, it goes down. It's been that kind of quarter for the Giants here.
They were 0 for 6 from 3. They have hit 3 out of the last 4.
Minute to go. And we've got a double dribble.
Oh, took it up.
Double dribble.
Rarely seen.
Not often do you see a double dribble.
I thought he had that hand on the side, but tough to see from the angle we have.
Anyway, it's going to be Giants ball again, a 10-point lead. Dempster. Oh, it's another 3. They're raining triples in Napier.
0 for 6 to 4 for 5. The tables have turned. And the Giants have a 13-point lead. The Hawks can't get into offense. They're looking discombobulated. What's the answer going to be?
They can't get to halftime quick enough.
And their offensive execution has just gone away from them these last few possessions while the Giants are finishing with strength. Probably going to see that Combs Robinson on ball to finish. No, it's not.
Oh, what a drop off and a cut. Combs is on fire. He's got 26 in the half.
Player timeout to the Hawks to give them not much time to finish this one off, but they will get an opportunity to work things back. But it's all Jeremy Combs the last few minutes. He has been in fuego. But if you'd like to see that up close and personal, use that QR code to get your chance to a ticket to the big game. See if you can get a chance to win tickets for this season's games, all thanks to BNZ. We can prep that next generation of hooper here in New Zealand.
Jeremy Combs. He's played in NBL1. He was National Finals All-Star 5 as we head to halftime. Swakalo Bullock misses that 3, and it is a welcome break for the Hawks. They have been overwhelmed by the Giants in that second quarter towards the end. Jeremy Combs heads to the locker room with 26 to his name. And one half of basketball will take a break and come back.
What up, TikTok? Watching the Jeremy Combs show out there. We are here to get into the chat. I'm seeing a lot of NBA chat in here today. And some Panthers questions. Well, we all know where the Panthers are at. We don't have to answer that question. Wolves, Nuggets fans, let's go to the most recent comments. Yeah, Auckland Stars 2005. I was ahead of my time. Thank you, Jaden. Auckland Stars were where I was at 20 years ago, Moles.
Auckland Stars were a great franchise.
Well, if you got any questions about this game or anything else, go ahead and toss them in the chat. We've got some answers for you. In this one, well, the only thing I'm going to chat about right now is Jeremy Combs. That dude has taken over this ball game.
Certainly has. He's got 26.
Doing it from outside, doing it from inside.
Alex Robinson has 9 assists.
I thought it might have been McRae with his size that was going to do a good job of getting loose inside just because of how much size he has. But he's got that foul trouble. And it's all about Jeremy Combs here, especially in that second quarter.
Well, it's just opened up the floor without McRae there, right?
It has opened up a lot for him. And I think more importantly, just giving him that space on the on the paint. Did Will Hickey leave the Tuatara after the suspension? Yes, he did, but not because of the suspension.
No, he's now playing NBL 1 for Sydney, the Comets.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, it just announced on his Instagram story today.
Well, he had another opportunity that he will be going a little bit later in the month that we aren't allowed to talk about yet, but glad to see him land on his feet. Good things can happen for that young fella. You know what I saw today that was quite interesting, Moles? It was Lachlan Olbrich playing well at the NBA pre-draft camp.
Oh, like he has been playing really well. Alex Tui's there as well from the Sydney Kings, and who else is there? Rocco Zakarski, is he?
Zakarski's there.
Zakarski's there.
Alex Condon, who's not from the league but is an Australian. There's and Condon. Zakarski's got some first-round buzz now, as does Alex Tui. He's looking like a mid-first-round pick, and starting to be some two-way talk for big Lachlan Olbrich.
Yeah, he's really, really talented, obviously. Also, Zakarski's 7'3", and he's got a great game. He's got a great attitude. He'll go far with that frame and that ability to put the ball in the hoop. And that length is what the NBA just absolutely loves.
Moles, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Don't cry, TikTok chat. We're going to be back after the next break. You like that one? No, you don't.
That was awful. You can report us as well.
Not on TikTok.
Yeah, you can.
There's no standards on TikTok.
You can report us.
Ah, come on now.
Welcome back to Rodney Green Arenas in Napier, and it's one-way traffic at the moment. The Giants with a 15-point lead, and that is because of the 26 points from Jeremy Combs.
Look at that turnaround at the top. Combs, 26 points. Jones backing up with 10. 13 for Dan Greta, who has been working, but they do not have an answer for that man, Jeremy Combs, on the glass. The Hawks had any advantage for a while, but down the stretch there, the Giants really imposed their will. They've got a 23-19 advantage. First assist, Don Robinson, actually known as Alex. 9 assists in the ball game, doing a great job of facilitating for his teammates. 11 assists as a club. There's the rebounds. Combs leading the way with Alex Robinson right behind him. Greta and Yates with 7 apiece for the Hawks, who are down 4 on the glass overall. Looking at the blocks, Combs, Robinson, Judd, and Greta 1 apiece. Finishing on the steals, the Giants have 5. Just 2 for the Hawks.
The floor really opened up for the Giants and Combs. The relationship with Robinson Jr. as well really helped the Giants pull away. They hit 4 of 6 threes, was it? 4 straight threes, actually. You said 0 for 6.
0 for 6.
So they went 4 for 4 in that second quarter near the end.
Came great. I think they might have the stats wrong at some point there because Combs missed the heat check. But other than that,
you're right.
But that's okay. Well, I still trust them. I still trust the stats. I think they're doing a great job. But my question is, what do the Hawks do to find some momentum? Because right now, for the first time this season, it has been all Nelson Giants.
It certainly has. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll have the third quarter for you here at Rodney Green Arenas in Napier.
What up, TikTok chat? We are back into this, and my former agent, Jeff McGuire, gave me a name that we forgot about the pre-draft camp, Ben Henshaw.
Oh, yeah, Ben Henshaw.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that.
Yeah, he's been shooting really well.
Ben Henshaw, he's a baller, man.
Yeah.
I think he's got a chance as well, especially in that second hand or that second round picks. Got a few questions in the chat. Jaden wants to know if the Breakers are going to re-sign Parker Jackson Cartwright.
I think they'll do everything in their powers to try and get Parker Jackson Cartwright back, but I imagine it's a question of money.
I've heard some rumors that it has happened, not from the Breakers. That place has become suddenly tougher to get some rumors out of. But I've heard that it was on the cusp. I don't know that for sure, though.
Well, that means it's happening. If Casey has heard something.
Imagine if Rob Dillingham played basketball in New Zealand.
Are we talking about the T-Wolves, Rob Dillingham?
Okay, imagine it.
Okay.
I think he's going to be too small. We'd beat the heck out of that dude. He ain't getting the same calls in New Zealand.
Where did the Rob Dillingham chat come from?
I don't know. Diddlebop69. He has some questions in there.
Why Rob Dillingham? I'd just love to know. Is Phil Jones the real head coach? You know what? Probably not. I think it's Mike Fitchett.
Yeah, Fitch is a heck of a coach, but Phil Jones, a lot of basketball knowledge in there. Nice pickup for the Giants to have him officially be an assistant coach this season.
Sorry, I was just trying to think about Rob Dillingham playing basketball in New Zealand.
He'd be pretty quick.
Yeah.
he'd do okay. I think let's just say that anybody who's in the NBA, if they played in the New Zealand Basketball League, they would do quite well.
They'll do okay. Yeah, you're right, Casey. They would.
Except for Luke Cornett. He couldn't play in this league.
Luke Cornett.
He probably could.
Don't start now, Luke Cornett.
Who was your all-time favorite New Zealand NBL player?
Oh, man. The Jazz man, Kerry Boagni, when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Terrence Lewis.
T. Lou. Smooth lefty.
Yeah. Leonard King.
Okay.
Lindsay Tate.
I played against LK. Okay, he was dirty, bro. He used to throw those bows.
Yeah. I bet. I'm glad.
El Tisler. You're glad? Lindsay is maybe my favorite guard to play with of all time because me and him, we could go. We were thoroughbreds when we were out there together. Tony Brown gets called in the chat.
Tony Brown, that would be great. What about Cooper Flagg? Cooper Flagg? Okay, now you're talking Cooper Flagg. He'd go good.
He'd do okay.
I mean, he's
only young though.
He's only 18.
So is Jackson older than Jackson?
Yeah, he is. Rodney Green Arenas and the scene of a Giants 15-point lead, 49-34. And it is a 52% shooting performance from the floor for the Giants in that first half. Just 33 for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. And 12 made field goals. Tough going, tough sledding, as they say in the second quarter. Just 13 points for the Hawks. 31, though, for the Giants. And that is a different Giants squad.
Well, this is how it started for the Hawks. It looked good. They hit the early threes. They were getting a little bit of range from deep. But as the first half wore on, those triples started to dry up. And those first three that they hit, suddenly things switched around overall from the line. The Hawks 5 for 17. The Nelson Giants 4 for 10. And those four all hit late in the second quarter for the G-men, especially by this man, Jeremy Combs. And coming into this game, I think both coaches, you and I, Moles, we both understood this was going to be a contrast of styles, the size and strength of the Giants against what we expected to be a very hot, fast-paced, fast-moving Hawks team. And for the first about 12 to 15 minutes, the Hawks were able to impose their will in terms of speed, get up and down. But to finish things, it was all Giants. That last few minutes of the quarter is really where it came to fruition. It was with about 4 minutes left, the Hawks were up 1, and they did not score again after that. It was a heck of a run. I'm still trying to count up exactly how many points in a row were scored, but it was a big run.
Big Saturday coming up. The Rams host the Tuatara, who've just added Luther Muhammad, who has been in the league recently.
That was 18 straight for the Giants, Moles.
That's quite incredible.
but it's also going to be incredible with Luther Muhammad back in the league, the half-court maestro.
That's going to be a great game. Grudge match, Saints, Jets. The Jets are going really well in 2025. Bulls, Giants on Sunday. We'll be on the call out there at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, Pukekohe. And Sharks, Nuggets round out Sunday night's action. And so an 18-0 run to end that quarter.
Man, they're taking their time to get this second half started. Let's get. I'm gonna hit a message to General Manager of the Hawks, Jared Kenny, and say let's get a little tighter ship going down there.
Still 26 seconds to go.
This is
no greater defender than halftime in the Sales NBL when a guy's drop buckets in the first half. I've seen it many times in this league. So let's see how Combs and the Giants come out of halftime. Can Jackson Ball get started? Quiet game for him so far.
quiet game for everybody in the Hawks outside of Greta. Greta 13 points, Wani Swakalo Bullock 3 for 9 from the field, but he's got 9. After that, no one has scored more than 4.
Jackson Ball's 1 for 7 in this game. He's got 4 points. Underway, third quarter. Here's Combs with the ball, gets it to Jones. Andrew Jones, that is. No, not the former Black Cap. Colin McRae back in the game with 3 fouls and just getting some offensive rebounds.
Just really did a nice job of forcing Yates down low, got great possession. And normally Yates is used to being the bigger player, but the size of McRae, I think, giving him trouble at times, despite the 3 fouls for the big fella.
His ball driving, just like that. Jackson Ball gets to the cup.
And gets the steal. Oh, that was off the foot of Judd when he was out of bounds. I'm surprised that didn't stay. Fortunate for the Giants, but love the drive by Ball.
McRae looking for a cutter. Finds Combs! Gets the finish. He moves to 28 points.
McRae's just an excellent passer. I love him as a facilitator. Bit better out of the high post, but down low, nice cut. Enables the easy finish for Combs, who's killing.
Scott for 3.
Man, the offense, his execution just died down for the Hawks. That ball needs to get through hands with a bit more frequency for my liking.
5 for 18. Now the Hawks from 3. Robinson left it short.
Look at that hustle, though. Gets to the ball first. Got the size. Yates on him. Didn't matter. Hits the step back.
Oh, my. He's got 9 assists.
And the Giants are up 19?
They're up 19. He goes to 8 points. He's on a triple-double watch. He's got 5 rebounds as well. Oh, Jackson Ball powers in with the right hand.
He has come out in the second half determined. I love the reset at halftime for a young player. Quite often you get off to a bad start when you're that age. It's tough to dig your way out of it, but he has done so with aggression early. That's nice.
Alex Robinson getting to the cup again.
Just a little jab step to force Scott to worry about middle penetration, then the rip through to the baseline with his speed. Shifty player is how everyone describes him, and that's very accurate. Combs is quick at those passing lanes, man.
Jackson Ball on the drive with the floater. It's fouled.
Jackson Ball imposing his will on things right now on the offensive end for the Hawks, but defensively, the Hawks just have no answers for a Giants team that has eclipsed 53% shooting now. A far cry from where they were about 15 minutes ago.
Jackson Ball's come out of halftime and he's making things happen for the Hawks. They need to get going pretty quickly because they're down 18. Still plenty of time. Looking more aggressive out of the break.
It's going to get done on this end for the Hawks, though. Nice little press. I like the change of pace, see if they can't force a turnover.
Combs wants it, gets it. Oh, Oh, nice show. Can't get the roll, Greeter. Every time Greeter gets an defensive rebound, he pushes like that.
Look at the speed, off to the races. Just splitting defenders left, right, and center. Giants trying to do it back at him.
Oh,
Juddy.
Judd got up.
Oh my.
Couldn't quite tip it back down.
Love the effort though.
Look out. Swakalo Bullock slashing him with the right hand.
And the defense never gets set as Liam Judd goes to the ground. His teammates don't communicate on how to pick up the open man, and we're back to 13. That had stretched out to 20 points. With the Hawks working their way back into things.
Combs on the block. Reader on his back. Gets right in deep.
And it's two just great looks. If you don't make them, that opens the door for the Hawks to get even closer.
Greeter to the cup. With the footwork. And he gets the crowd going. And the Giants call timeout.
And the run has begun. I think that's 8 straight for the Hawks. From 19 down to just 11. Nice timeout by Coach Mike Fitchett of the Giants.
You can catch all Round 9's action on the highlight show, the Sal's NBL highlight show on Sky Sport. On Tuesdays, Casey and I hosting this week.
That's right, we are.
Coming to you from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre.
Fantastic backdrop for our witty repartee.
Oh yeah, come for the highlight, stay for the presenting.
Said nobody ever.
Ever.
No, what a nice drive by, push by the Hawks. Part of it has just been missed shots by the Giants. You know, certainly you'd be happy with Jeremy Combs and his 28 points with those nice looks down low. But just enough defensive effort to force a couple of misses. And now the Giants a little bit on their heels. The Hawks have put a lot of effort into this first 3 minutes and a bit of comeback here in the third quarter. But they're gonna have to keep finding that energy.
Lead is 11 now. Good start to this third quarter. Giants need to answer, pull up. Left it short, but it falls to Combs. Cray looking for some action. Finds Jones, Andrew Jones. Combs on the baseline on the reverse, up and in.
Just really nice spacing out on that dunker spot a little bit further out, and a nice rip through. And using that reverse to take away the shot blocking ability of Yates at the same time.
Greeter left it short. That's too tough.
You don't see that from Alex Robinson often. You know, he's normally pretty pinpoint with that accuracy, especially on those long ones, but just doesn't get enough air underneath it, and Combs unable to secure. I like this Combs-Greeter matchup for the Hawks if I'm Dan Greeter. Just be a bit more aggressive with it as Ball loses the ball, and Judd in transition.
Jones.
What a block by Greeter. Oh, late foul call. Greeter doesn't argue it.
On the arm must have, because otherwise that was a good block. Let's have a look on the replay. Oh yeah, got him on the wrist.
But great challenge. I love that. You know, so it's okay to get a foul, especially when you take away the sure thing. What you don't want to do is get the foul and give the N1 opportunity, but that kind of hustle, the lack of care about ending up on a poster, then it takes a point away from the Giants. That's the kind of hustle that, you know, it matters down the stretch of a game.
It certainly does. Jones makes the second. Here's Greeter. Judd picking him up. Oh, showed him. One
Combs
shot
with the hand.
Went to the other, and then it's tipped out. Stays with the Hawks.
Beautiful little change of direction. A little trickery by Greeter on the baseline. Thought he had a clear path, but Jeremy Combs just knocks it away at the last moment. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Greta, 3-ball. That drops.
Big shot, Dan Greta. And he has come out hooping here in the second half.
He moves to 20.
20 piece for him, a 30 piece for Combs. These two guys are going at it.
Robinson.
Oh, great footwork.
Lovely, pretty basketball. He's got 12. He's got 7 rebounds and 9 assists.
Triple-double watch. Here we come, Alex Robinson. Love the footwork on that one. Get the defenders up in the air and then come through with a beautiful finish.
Greta, another 3. Oh, that drops.
That's the roll. Dan Greta at the powered forward position, matching Jeremy Combs here in this third quarter. 23 points for Greta, and we're down to a 10-point ball game. And they're singing "Come on the Bay" in Hawks Bay.
Combs, patient.
Greta goes for the steal, a little bit of a gamble, and just opens it up for Combs, who now has 32. Go with 7 boards.
Great drive, Jackson, ball to the cup.
Explosive. He's up to 12 points on that finish.
10 is the lead. Robinson, Jr. Missed that, falls to Combs. Judd turns the corner. Tough shot.
Excellent balance. To take that bump, still get the footwork, and show off the soft touch on the finish. Travel call.
Travel call. We've had a travel, a double dribble, 2 8-second calls in this game.
I thought it was 2 steps. We'll take another look at it. Yeah, there's the third. Nice job by Callum Welsh.
That's the Eurasian step. Went all through Europe, down into Asia. Robinson Jr. Left hand is good. They just don't have an answer.
And the defense has to help there. There's a trailing defender. That down screen comes. That defender on the screener has to step up, put his chest in the way to slow down that drive. Nice response by the Giants to cut it to 10. 4 straight points for them.
Greta. And 1.
Is that going to be on Combs, or is that a foul from behind? I don't think it really matters because Combs not in foul trouble. Just McCray, well, McCray and Judd with 3 and 2 respectively for the Giants. Yeah, I think that foul's from behind on McNaught. The N1 opportunity, McNaught and Fitchett. Coach Fitchett both wanted on the floor, but he was well into his motion by then. How about Dan Greta?
Sheer well.
How's your back, bud? You have just put this team on it. Carrying it for a bit.
25 in the game for him. Hayden Jones with the ball.
Greta's also got 9 rebounds and 3 assists.
Here's Alex Robinson. Here's Greta stays in front of him. Almost lost the handle. 5 to shoot. Hayden Jones. Excellent work by Hayden Jones.
Did not have a lot of shot clock to work with there, but showed good patience to work his way into the cup and get Murphy off the floor with the shot fakes. Sam Griggin not smiling as much as he was earlier.
I just can't seem to get close.
Well, it's difficult when you give up that sort of deficit. And when you do have a nice little run, like they basically scored 10 straight points, but you're still down 10, and now you've expelled all that energy to get back into it. And the opposition, they're normally just waiting around while that run happens, and they've come back with a little run of their own. They just have to find a way to maintain that level of effort and enthusiasm. And that's difficult to do. They got to do it for another 12 minutes.
Murphy. That's going to go to the Giants.
token pressure here from the Hawks. Nice job by McNaught, just burst through it. That's good action. Wow. But Kobe Carl just hangs on for dear life and eventually comes up with the board.
And a foul underneath. Dempster, I think it is.
Greeta's trying to get that counted.
Yeah.
I don't think it was off the glass, though. I think that was clean on the block. I don't know if we get a look at it. Let's see if it goes off the glass before it's blocked. No, I don't think so. I think that's a clean block. Dempster doesn't like the whistle, but he gets called for it.
So Greeta at the line.
Alex Robinson heads to the bench. Just needs a blow. He's going to be out until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, minute 35 to go in this third. Greeta misses the second. Hawks are 7 for 13.
Just not great percentage, and came into the game second in the competition. You can see the dismay. Poor Greeta missing 2.
That's tough.
Not what they needed.
Got to make those count. You're down 13. Oh, McNaught from deep.
McNaughty was not been shooting the ball too well from deep this season, but he hits a big one there.
And a foul. Hayden Jones commits the foul.
Alex McNaught coming into the game shooting 22% from 3.
Is the lead. 72 seconds to go. Swallow bullet on the baseline. Carter to Greeta. Given room. Tough from Crate and a travel.
Oh, that's a technical on Dan Greeta. He gave the wave off.
Quite demonstrative.
You know, I understand the need to not show up officials, but I also, you know, from a player's point of view, I like to see some room for an emotional reaction. And the travel called, let's see where this travel's at. I don't know. Like, I can understand a no foul call, but yeah, that wave right there is what gets him the technical and gets Sam Dempster a point. His 4th of the ball game. Dan Greeta picking up that technical foul. That is his 3rd personal.
17. McNaught under pressure from Campbell Scott.
Oh, too easy.
Combs on the baseline with a 2-hand flush.
Tough ass for Kobe Carr in the post. He probably isn't used to that level of post defense required, but Combs set that up for the spin on the baseline with an easy flush. 34 points for him now.
Can he get the roll? He can't.
Just comes back at him. Gives Combs a little bit of his own medicine. Says, you want to spin on me? Well, have a spin yourself. As Combs picks up his 3rd personal foul. Trying to say his arms were out of the way, but unfortunately that big barrel chest wasn't.
Jackson Ball much more aggressive in this 3rd quarter. I just feel as though Casey is going to need someone apart from Dan Greeta and Jackson Ball.
Well, that's the key.
To step up here, and this clock is winding down towards the 4th quarter.
And there's a couple of candidates. I think Jackson Ball won Swakalo Bullock, but you know, I think if the Hawks really want to make a run, it might be that defender right there, Campbell Scott. I'd like to see him get loose from 3.
Yeah, he's going to have to start finding himself in those shooter spots, finding himself in the corner, on the weak side.
Oh, nice Strong defense by the Hawks, but a stronger move by Hayden Jones.
If anything,
Future college teammates there.
the Hawks don't have a natural point guard.
Yeah.
And so that has been a bit of a hamstring for them. Sort of share the duties with Ball, and Sakala Bullock knocks that down, and Campbell Scott. Greta likes to push on rebounds, so creation in the fourth quarter. What will happen for the Hawks? They're down 17. Can the Giants hold on for their second win? We'll find out after the break.
What up, Chad, on TikTok and FIBA YouTube? We are here in New Zealand at the Hawks host the Giants. It looks like the Giants are well on their way to a win. We'll check out the chat and see some of the questions. User 619, where can I bet on this? Many places. Just look up New Zealand basketball. Bet 365.
Betcha,
Betcha. There you go, yeah. So it depends on where you are in the world. Dang it, Hawks. Yeah, it's a tough one, Sammy Newt. But a nice little response here from the Giants, who have been desperately seeking some wins. Got their first one a couple of weeks ago. Nearly made it a second win a week ago before the Jets pipped them in overtime. But today, well in control because of the performance of one Jeremy Combs, who has been fantastic.
He certainly has. Look, he had 34 in the game so far. Was it 26 at halftime?
It's a great question. I forgot already. It was 20, I believe it was 26 at halftime.
8 points in that third quarter then. Alex Robinson.
With his 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 14 points. He is still in that triple-double watch. We might catch it, but you won't catch us again, chat. This is our last time through, so catch you on the flip side.
Fourth quarter about to get underway at Rodney Green's Arena. No mai hoka mai. Welcome back. It is one-way traffic at the moment, even though it was a better quarter in the third than it was for the second for the Hawks. 26 in that quarter. You can vote who your game MVP is, and Jeremy Combs leading that one. 71% at the moment.
It was all about that second quarter for the Giants. They outscored the Hawks 31-13. Powered by that man who screamed, Jeremy Combs, 71% for MVP. I actually don't mind Dan Greta getting 21% of the votes in there. And then we've got some probably Luka Yates family members chipping in. Not that Luka's played bad, but not quite the same level. Now the Hawks coming out with nice pace to start the fourth quarter. Nice look for Jackson Ball, but that one's just a little bit off. And rebounds controlled once again by the Giants, who have been picking up their activity in that area as the game's gone along. With the 34-5 to 24 rebound advantage.
McNaught with the ball. It's the handle. Had to pull the trigger, left it short. Falls to Combs.
Combs
so hesitant.
He was thinking about it.
Go on, do it.
Oh, what a find.
Great look. Sammy D can't finish that. You know why? It's not a three-pointer. Sorry, Sammy, I joke, I jest.
Nice effort there by the Hawks, though. Kept on giving multiple efforts on that play and eventually corralling the rebound.
Ball.
That's tough.
That's really tough from Jackson Ball. Just a reminder, he's 17.
And that's with the offhand as well. Taking that contact from Combs before getting the finish. The Wisconsin signee, another year or so away from that.
He and Hayden Jones, the commits for the Wisconsin Badgers. McNaught to the cup with the right hand.
Nice finish. It's been difficult for him to find space driving the basketball, but carves it out there.
No difficulty for Dan Greta. Off the glass with the right hand.
27 points to go along with 10 rebounds.
Finding the angle.
Just love his game. Just love his flow. Not just talking about the lid.
It does flow. It cascades down that neck when he's in full flight.
Kentucky waterfall.
Crate from deep.
Ooh, I was sure that was off the hands of Sam Dempster. Jackson Ball chose not to grab it. Alex Robinson checking back in the ball game. Valuable minutes rest there. Yeah, tough to tell. Sam Dempster was adamant, and as you said earlier, he never lies.
Ever.
I may disagree with that. I don't know. I remember him calling for fouls on me that definitely weren't fouls when I used to play against him.
Well, he wasn't the referee. Robinson sticks that.
Oh, smooth.
16 for him.
Alex Robinson is playing that point guard position to perfection for the Giants tonight.
Still needs 3 rebounds, 1 assist to get a triple-double. Swakala bullet. Oh, he hits that. He moves to 16.
Yeah, that's 2 triples in a row for him. They needed somebody to get hot. So maybe it's Swakala Bullock down here down the stretcher. But they need a few more of those. 13. Seems like a bigger lead than it actually is. Maybe 14, maybe.
Jones, tough finish. Jackson Ball. Lucky Yates again on the glass.
His effort's been good. Oh, is that a block on Dempster? I thought that might have been a charge on Greta. Right
into Sammy D's chest there.
Unfortunate for the Giants, Greta went for the pass. Dempster just has a forlorn look of acceptance. Nice crowd on a Friday night here in Taradale. They have been very supportive of this young Hawk squad, a lot of locals.
He's got 27 and 10 rebounds, and there is Campbell Scott, like you asked for. Tough contested 3, though. Alex Robinson has it on a string at the moment, operating with Combs up high. Puts it off the glass, a little strong. Yates with another rebound, make it 10 for him.
Oh, nice break. That's not a foul. Oh, I was going to say. That's
Liam Judd again, helping up Jackson Ball after fouling him.
Jackson Ball is going to be a little bit disappointed he didn't get that finish, but a good strong move. Takes that contact, and now we have a timeout as well. I think the Giants and Mike Fitchett just want to talk about things as this lead's quite possibly going to go to 12 points if Jackson Ball can find a little bit of form from the free throw line, which is not a given for the Hawks, who are shooting 56% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe today. And that gives us a chance to look at the game MVP. Who's your MVP, Moles? We got Combs, we got Greta. Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking Combs, but I'm also thinking that Alex Robinson, the junior, has to be in that mix as well. He's got 0, he's got no votes. It's Don Robinson Jr., in case you're wondering. That's what's on the score sheet, probably on.
Yeah, that's the birth name that we got to put in on all the
That's what's on their
score
passport.
sheets. Yeah, if it's on the passport, that's what it goes in. But he goes by Alex.
He's nearing a triple-double. And he can reward himself with a large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza for $39.99 using an online code.
You know who that wouldn't be a reward for, Moles? Dracula.
He'd hate it.
He would not be a fan.
He would hate it.
Not because of his racism.
98, 99, 100. Yes, there are.
And use that online code, Sal's charge 25, or use the QR code to go straight into the order. Fantastic deal. And here we are, off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. The Chemist Warehouse has paired up with Basketball New Zealand to bring you the Hoops in Schools program, bringing hoops to communities in need just like yours. All we got having is half a Sal's NBL team hit 225 free throws, and right now the Hawks are the closest.
Not tonight, I can't see how they are.
But it did not get as close as they should be.
They're 10 of 18. I mean, that's 8 points they've left there. That could make a difference in this game.
It is,
I mean, you're not going to get all of them. I get that.
They're only about 15 short of getting a hoop in, though, so they're on the way.
Finding holes in this zone. Judd, and one. Lukey Yates gets him.
Nice use of the up fake and spin move by Liam Judd. Has a great platform. Yates just at noses in the air, just fouls him as hard as he can afterward with the push, but not enough to force the miss, as Liam Judd is up to 4 points now to go along with 5 rebounds and a chance to get the 5x5. Or the 5 and 5. 5x5, slightly different.
16 now the lead for the Giants.
Nice defense by the Giants, really forcing the Hawks to use up that shot clock.
Yates, indecisive, eventually pulls the trigger.
Just forced into that shot. Really nice passive defense by Dempsey, but you see how he closes out tight before the shot goes off. And an 8-second
another
call.
one. Oh my goodness. Alex Robinson just playing with his food at midcourt. Couldn't get it over in time.
Just enough defense by Jackson Ball.
This has been, we've seen.
Is that the 4th one?
I think
Third
it's
or
the
fourth?
I think it's the 3rd.
That's a lot of 8-second calls.
We've seen a double dribble. We've seen travels. We've seen it all. We haven't seen.
You know what's coming next.
We haven't seen it.
You know what's coming next.
No, do not call a lane violation on a free throw.
Oh, Yates can't get the finish. Great position on the glass, but can't get the tip in. That kind of night for the Hawks. The efficiency is dipped.
Great ball movement. Jones in the corner.
Oh, Sammy D on the glass.
Jones, look out. Gets it in. He'll take that. That was me. I'd call that a dunk. That is for sure.
It was definitely a dunk. It just wasn't super clean. But take another look at it. Drive down the baseline. Had a little piece.
Absolutely. Andrew Jones.
Give me that as Andrew Jones.
He's got 13, Casey.
Double figures.
He's got a timeout.
Double figures from the import scoring guard. Congrats to the Nelson Giants. Looks like they may have figured out their import mix.
It's been a journey.
There's been some dunks today, though. There's the punch by Jackson Ball. Remember the Jeremy Cone spin with the flush.
I like this, that we've got a dunk highlight.
Dunk montage. Does not top the highlight of Carlin Davidson off the backboard
Off
last
the
night.
backboard last night.
Yeah, Dom Poto hits him up
Dom.
with trans.
DKP knows the highlight.
It was back-to-back dunks for Carlin Davidson on that play as well.
They get the win?
They did get the win.
They got the win.
5, still a few changes to the 5.
Oh, pray tell. Can you?
Cannot.
You can. Oh, I love it. Check the NZNBL socials.
That's right. That's where it's all happening.
That's where it all happens. That's where you can get your latest team news. And look out, Andrew Jones with the finish.
Uh-oh, he had a little bit of a blowout. Checks the tire.
Ball can't finish there. Combs with a rebound. That's his 10th rebound.
Oh, I can talk about the Fosme sign. It was announced after we got on air.
Oh, fantastic.
Mojave King.
Whoa, Mojave King's at the 5?
That's right.
We talked about it before we went to air home, just that surprise. But that's a great pickup for Matt Lacey.
Everybody's just...
Who's gone? Chris Jones?
Chris Jones and Talib Zana. Both gone.
Left it short. Robinson wants the foul on the elbow. 20 is the lead. This game is gone unless they can really get it together. It just doesn't feel like they can get the stops. They can get buckets like that from Swakala Bullock, sure. It's just going the other way.
18 points for Swakala Bullock now. And it's just been such a slog for the Hawks in the half court. The execution of the Giants has made things a little bit easier.
Combs is fouled. I didn't like the fact there wasn't really a play on the ball.
And just a coming foul. Bring that to the sideline. 4 minutes left in this one. Well, the Giants haven't secured a lot of wins, but they do have another ball game this weekend coming up at Franklin this Sunday.
That they do.
We're going to start thinking about resting people.
Well, they've got the Rams at home, which will be a tough game.
36 for Combs.
36. And then they've got the Hawks again at home. And then they've got the Fire away, and that's coming up in the next 2.5 weeks. Scott, Judd with the rebound. And for the Hawks, it's not looking good. They've got 4 games in a row on the road. Sharks, Nuggets, Rams, Giants. They've got themselves a South Island trip coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Got to get some wins. Most important for that, I think, is getting Darnell Howard healthy. Nice cut by Liam Judd, good feed. And that'll send the Giants back to the Chemist Warehouse strike. Two shots for Liam Judd. Swakalo Bullock heads to the bench. Jacob Murphy in the game.
No advance on the Alex Robinson triple-double. Still 3 rebounds and an assist away. Judd makes the first. This is tough for the Giants. How many wins do you think it takes to get into that 6th spot, Casey?
I would guess 9.
9.
Well, because especially if the top of the table keeps winning like they're winning right now. You see Jackson Ball can't finish that one. But I think if you can guarantee yourselves in for 11, I think 10 you got a good chance. But I think if you get 9, you probably might be able to squeeze in with the points percentage if that's in your favor.
They'll need 7 more then after this one tonight. As Jackson Ball gets the runner to cut the lead to 20.
Cal McRae back in the ball game. Haven't seen a ton of him in the second half.
They haven't really needed to.
All Jeremy Combs, who finishes with 36 points, 10 rebounds.
I feel as though they've found, by not so much design or accident, as Jones knocks down the 3, Andrew Jones that is, they found a really nice on-ball game between Robinson and Combs. And they went with McRae in that second quarter on the block, which was really punishing the Hawke's Bay defense. But they've got themselves options.
And that's something that the Giants did not have earlier in the season. Those options were few and far between. They are certainly there for them now. I'll tell you what feels better than 1 and 9.
What's that?
2 and 9, baby.
Oh yeah. Hawke's Bay will fall to 7 and 6. They still stay in the 6. And they've got to hope that the Tuatara get beaten by the Rams tomorrow. Stay in that 6. Still plenty of basketball to come. But there seems to be another log jam coming up in the South NBL, which is not surprising. Rapid League counts. The points for and against count in Rapid League into the South NBL ladder. Got a foul up high on Luka Yates. You just look at the fight. I mean, they were 5 and 2. Now they've lost their last 5. They're 5 and 7. They've made a change. The Nuggets, they've lost their last 5 games.
There's the MVP race.
I mean, the Jets, they're good. No one's really talking about the Jets as well. They've won their last 5. Big game coming up against the Saints. Combs is the leader of the MVP vote in this game. Greeter driving. Murphy knocking down that 3.
And the Hawks will be pleased to see that one drop. But a little bit too late to get anything going other than the Hawks Bay song.
9 for 30 from deep are the Hawks in this game. And it's the Rapid League T-bin for Mike Fitchett. It's Aston and Wood.
Block called on Murphy. Was hoping to get the foul, the charge there. Minute 29 for most of this young squad for the Giants, but still a couple starters in there for the Hawks. As James Matthews' shot goes a little wayward. He has a laugh about it. Didn't quite have the touch on that one.
It's almost off the back.
It was off the shot clock.
I think he just lost the handle a little bit on the way up. Timeout with 80 seconds to go and a 19-point lead.
Yeah, you know, just got to get things right.
The official stats partner of the South NBL is the Chemist Warehouse. Big road win coming up for the Giants. They need wins. They shot 51% so far in this game. Conservatively only shooting 17 threes, making 6 of them. They've had a plus 13 rebound advantage. That was always going to be a problem for the Hawks, keeping the Giants off the glass.
There's a lot of pressure on Luka Yates. And he rebounded well once again at 11, but that's actually a bit below his season average of 12 plus. Just did not have enough help in that area.
They've punished the Hawks in the paint, 58 points. Just 7 turnovers for the Giants in this game. They've really looked after the ball. Wilson's got 10 assists, 16 points, 7 rebounds.
Quick bench time for the Giants.
He is your game MVP, surely. 36 points and 10 rebounds for Jeremy Combs.
That's the way I'm leaning. DJ might be my MVP, though. He's keeping the party going. Except for that transition wasn't good, though. Never mind.
Rodney Green Arenas.
Lost my vote.
Always cranking tunes. Ball for 3. Knocks that down, the junior tall black. There's 4 of them named today on the floor right now. Blight, Crate, Jones and Jackson Ball.
Quiet 22 for Ball.
I don't even want a disservice here. More than I have. Oh, another travel.
One minute left. 16 points of difference. The Hawks, what they are doing now, though, is clawing back the count back.
Yeah.
Every point counts. Points percentage is the first and only tiebreaker.
That's why Greta and Ball are out there surely with Yates. Gotta close that margin up, especially since they didn't win Rapid League as well. The game beforehand. That game won by the Giants, 34-28.
Murphy with a nice drive, takes the contact. Chance to cut it to 14. And my question for the Hawks is, when is Cowart coming back?
Yeah.
Because that is a big missing piece, literally and figuratively.
$95.80. Giants, can they crack 100 here? Jones attacking, stepping through, and Jacob Murphy just had enough of him. Got all his arm. So Hayden Jones.
Not too far from heading off to the University of Wisconsin.
He's got to go to Lausanne in Switzerland.
Got some trips.
At the end of the next month to go for the Under-18 World Cup.
Get those frequent flyer miles up. He might not have enough from Choreo Club.
Wow.
Could get gold.
Man, honestly, you live like a king. Get that lounge access.
It's even sweeter when it comes through that status, though.
Really, really handy.
Hey, player timeout.
NZ player timeout called by Dan Greeter and the Hawks. Get your ticket to the big game. Scan the QR code for a chance to win tickets to the season's games.
Oh, thanks to BNZ. Inspiring the next generation of Kiwi baller. Thanks to the Hawks to calling that timeout and giving everybody at home the chance to use that QR code and get to the games, but hurry up, time is running out.
Greeter. Scott chased off that three-point line. And it's foul.
The Hawks run some great sideline out of bounds sets. They really do run some good stuff. Oh, sorry about that, Essen.
Well, Ricky Yates. Did they run that out of a sideboard? It was, wasn't it?
But that was a broken play. They did not want to go to
No,
that.
that is true.
That's not what they were trying to get to.
But the previous play, I think, was a great out-of-bounds play.
That was for Kobe Card, a 4-point play.
That was against the Phi. Sorry, Phi fans. 96-82. Inwood. Jones sees a double.
That's fine. Cross-court pass there.
Yeah, Crate stepping through. Up and in, 98.
A strong move on Campbell Scott, the former Manawatu Jets teammates, meeting in the paint.
Timeout. You're killing me.
What is going on?
I'm sorry, Sam Grogan, you're killing me.
What is going on? They are getting all they can out of this one. Points percentage. This gives us a chance. Oh, what should we talk about, Moles?
I know it's important that he's doing this.
Well, let's go back to our chat about...
Okay, who's winning Game 6 tomorrow between the Knicks and the Celtics? Look at promo our podcast we did
Podcast
today.
from the car park?
From the car park is the name. Search for it on Spotify.
It's got us and then somebody who's funny.
And Supervise, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, from the car park on Spotify.
I'm gonna go. The native New Yorker in me will never allow me to pick the Boston Celtics for anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going Knicks.
Knicks, Madison Square Garden. Surely there's not going to be two Luke Cornett games. Surely Derek White can't shoot
there wasn't before
again.
you. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to Tim?
Surely. Porzingis. He can't suddenly become healthy, can he? Is Al Horford going to become a regular season Atlanta Hawk? Al Horford. All-star Al Horford. From the Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague days.
To me, it's all about Peyton Pritchard.
Forgot about Peyton Pritchard.
6 Man of the Year, man.
Against the clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson. We're back playing basketball at Rodney Green Arenas. Jackson Ball.
Nice set once again.
Scott for three.
Yes, one more timeout. This is what dreams are made of.
Get your ticket to the big game thanks to the BNZ player timeout. Scan the QR code.
I think these guys just want a little bit more airtime. They know that they get the zoom in when they call the timeout. What do you think? What are the Giants here? Locky Crate back door? I'll tell you what, Hayden Jones is explaining that. Will Blight did not know what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He just
agree.
gave eyebrows. He was like, yeah.
Essendon was like, I don't think he knew it. I don't think Lockie knew what we're doing.
He's like, okay. Let's see how well this gets run.
Well, Will Blight, maybe. Lockie Crate's got it. I think he's just going to go one-on-one.
Oh, Hayden Jones calls a play that gets him a shot, eh?
Just like Dad. That's it, we're done. The game is over.
We made it, guys. We made it to the end.
Congratulations, 98-82. Just the second win for the Giants. It's game on. And the Hawks go down at home. And the Giants will head to Pukekohe for Sunday's game against the Bulls. powered by Jeremy Combs' effort. The import filling it up with 36.
Woo. 28 for Dan Greta, 22 for Jackson Ball in support. Jones with a nice debut for the Giants of 18 in the import trio. 4 of the Giants doing all the scoring. Alex Robinson does get 10 assists. Picked up that one somewhere. Jeremy Combs, the double-double. Same for Dan Greta. Luka Yates leading all rebounders with 12. 4 blocks in the game in total. 3 for the G-men. And there's the steals. Jones doing it defensively as well, as the Nelson Giants pick up win number 2 on the season.
Congratulations to the Giants getting that win. They go again on Sunday afternoon at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. On behalf of Casey Frank and the Sky Sport crew, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back at the NZNBL tomorrow with a double header. Until then, Paul Martier, good night.